you say no to one, she'll just find another one that she can ask for. And so my son, Ty, is taking her to school right now. I called them because I needed to ask her something. And I hear in the background Chuck's voice booming about Chevy of Fayetteville as she answers the phone.
That's funny.
And so Ty's making her listen to the show this morning. So Lennox,
It's her first time.
Yeah, it's probably is. And I just want to.
This is what Dad does every day.
Right. It's like, see, I told you.
We pay for that car.
I told exactly. And that's why I can't take you to school. She never believed why I couldn't really take her to school in the mornings because I'm doing the show. So when you go to school today, I just got one thing for you. Besides, I love you and have a great day. Stay in class. Don't be wandering the hallways. I don't want to hear from Coach Stamps today, the basketball coach.
That's where the trouble begins.
Saw your daughter again in the hallway.
Standing on the corner.
Yeah, that stuff will get you in trouble.
All right, everybody sitting up. Everybody feet on the floor.
Chad Morris. Chad Morris had it right. He knows how to do the high school thing.
You got to have both feet on the floor.
We didn't get. Chad Morris was used to being a hall monitor.
He didn't have the study hall. He didn't have study hall on his schedule. He was just out of sorts.
Exactly.
That's what Clemson is getting this year.
Driver's ed, you know.
Part of my normal.
Used to, the coaches taught driver's ed.
I'm proud of both of you kiddos. Y'all have a great day. She knows who Chuck is and recognizes his voice. That's from Ty.
I made it.
Chuck, hey, Lennox, by the way, we've never had this conversation, but Chuck is on your emergency contact list. So
you're in trouble.
If you ever come out and you know, there's this like bald guy and he speaks with a loud booming voice and he says, "Go Hogs, get in the truck." That's Chuck.
Hey, thanks for tuning in this morning. Hang out with Bo and me every weekday morning from 6 to 9 live on YouTube or Twitter, or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
Aaron from Springdale said, Bart, Arizona's bigs last year would punish our new guys. Head out of your bleep. That's an obvious observation.
But we're not playing.
Yeah. Like, what are you talking about? What in the world are you talking about?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You're just talking.
No,
You're just talking.
I'm ready to roll right now, Bo.
Cheats, steals.
He's a real talk show host.
Live from the Warfield Distillery Studios, Idaho's most awarded distillery.
Let it out.
Let it out.
Let it rip.
Let it go.
If you're a Hog fan, be a Hog fan.
Hey, Bo, you're wrong.
Come in at your own risk. Nobody's safe in here.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
Everybody stand up. Everybody stand up.
It sounds like the Hogs are taking over the Bahamas. That was from the, I guess, the Razorback basketball Twitter account. Is that where that was from?
Yeah, they have a lot of Razorback fans. It looked like sort of a outdoor fundraiser.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The white tables,
Yeah.
people dressed in their Hawaiian shirts and their shorts and their sandals on the beach, and the welcome party. And what is this thing? Baha Mar Classic?
Baha Mar Classic, I think is what it's called. And they had, they're at the Baha Mar. They, I'm sure, have a lot of stuff going on.
And we're here.
I was listening for Z's voice. You know, I didn't get my usual goodnight text from Z last night, so I was a little bit worried. And I was listening for his voice there, you know, and I didn't detect it. So evidently
You would have.
Yes. Had he been, I was expecting him to be the one that say, hey, let's stand up and call those Hogs, everybody. And so I missed him there.
They're going to have a big
I don't know
time.
what the deal was.
We're going to have fun watching them.
Yeah, and Friday night, I mean, tomorrow night, 6 o'clock, it's going to be good. Guys, I got to tell you, I am almost in a state of shock this morning. For me, I know some people found out last night about this. I woke up to the news that Billy Ray Smith Jr. had passed away at the age of 64. I can't say he's one of my childhood heroes because the truth is he's one of my contemporaries. I mean, he's a year older than I am and far too young to go. But he's He suffered from CTE, and there have been dementia issues the past few years, and he's had a pretty rough go here at the end, but passed away yesterday. And, he still has so much family, or so many family members in Arkansas. I know there are people who are, still very close to him that are in our state who are really grieving today. When I read this morning, how you're trying to get around in the morning and get going, but I had to stop for a minute because I was just thinking back on, what for me was my freshman year of college. It was the fall of '81, and anyone who is old enough to remember remembers the Texas game. When you really look at the history of the Arkansas-Texas rivalry, there weren't all that many times where Arkansas won. And so when you won, you remembered. But in 1981, in October, Texas came to Fayetteville, and they were ranked number 1 in the country. Arkansas was unranked. Just to give you an idea about how different the era was, there was a tornado warning during the game, like for Washington County. There was torrential rain. ABC had to take the camera people away from the end zones because it was shaking so much. In this era, they'd have stopped the game and you probably wouldn't have finished until Sunday. But in that era, nobody batted an eye. You just kept on going. It was 42-3 in the fourth quarter before Texas finally scored a touchdown and converted on a 2-point try to make the final 42-11. But Billy Ray Smith Jr. was all over the field that game. If memory serves me right, it was either the first play from scrimmage or the second play from scrimmage for Texas. They fumbled. Donnie Little was their quarterback. Billy Ray recovered it, and away they went. I mean, the route was on. And probably one of the 2 or 3 best victories ever over Texas. But, Billy Ray Smith was a consensus All-American 2 years in a row. That means unanimous. That means every All-America team Billy Ray Smith was on, Billy Ray Smith Jr. One of the best players to ever play for the San Diego Chargers. His dad, Billy Ray Smith Sr., played here right before Coach Broyles came. Played for Bowden Wyatt's 25 Little Pigs. And played in the NFL for 13 years. Both these guys are as acclaimed to football players as we've ever had, but went on to long careers beyond Arkansas. But my understanding is I read this morning, and he does have a lot of family still in Little Rock, I know, in the Little Rock area. His dad was from Augusta. Billy Ray Jr. was born in Plano. But his brain has been donated to a brain research center in Boston. And, he spoke at Junior Seau's funeral. He was a teammate of Junior Seau's, and Junior Seau, very sadly committed suicide as a result of CTE. And he and Billy Ray Smith Jr. were really close. But, Billy Ray Jr. fashioned a great career as a broadcaster in San Diego. Was a television sports anchor, was part of the Chargers broadcast, married one of the top female anchors in San Diego, and built a great life out on the West Coast. But for a generation of us, he is a true Razorback hero. And, there are people who are of a certain age who remember him as a childhood hero. I look at it and I just think, my God, he's 64 years old. I'm 63. How does this happen? But it's a great loss for the Razorback family today, and for those of us old enough to remember him as a player, you can't help but go back and remember those days. I was telling Edward a few minutes ago. I was a freshman in college. We were good at everything. I mean, everything. Holtz had it going in football. Sutton had it going in basketball. Norm DeBryan would take Arkansas to the College World Series either 3 or 4 times in the 80s. Tom Pucci had it going in tennis. I mean, they were good at everything. And I think on a budget that probably wasn't even $5 million back then. I don't know. But it was just a completely different era. And his passing, I think, is going to evoke a lot of memories for a lot of people.
Well, just reading about it, he still holds records at Arkansas.
Oh, yeah.
63 tackles for loss, the most lost yardage, 343 yards of lost yardage in his career. Trey Flowers, by the way, is second on that list with 47.5 tackles for loss. And Steve Connolly's second on the list of yardage lost. Another, two guys that we maybe are a little bit more familiar with. Steve Connolly still lives in the Northwest Arkansas area, and Trey Flowers is, we've been familiar with him because a lot of us got to see him play here. Was he with Bielema? Was Trey under Bielema?
Yeah, he was here under Bielema. Yeah.
But, I saw that news. I didn't really know Billy Ray Smith Jr. Other than when I got to Arkansas, he was a big time, as you mentioned, sportscaster in San Diego. And he had quite a career.
Oh, yes. Arguably as good a career as a broadcaster as he had as a football player. He was an all-pro in football. We had him on Sports Wrap. I was thinking this morning, it must have been the 20th anniversary of when they beat Texas in that game in 81. It must have been in 2001. But he talked about before the game how, Holtz was known, and you would imagine this, Holtz was known for a great pregame speech. He'd come in and he would, just give the speech of a lifetime and have you ready to run through a wall. He said Holtz walked in to the locker room. Texas was ranked number 1. Arkansas was unranked. He said Holtz was so confident. He walked into the locker room and said, "Men, it's not even going to be close." And he turned around and walked out. And that was the only thing that was said. And, of course, it was not close. And the Hogs beat their brains in that day. But I was looking at the roster from that team. College kids, 2 o'clock in the morning, go get chicken from Keith Kidd's food truck, that KDK's chicken truck. Keith was a wide receiver on that team. He went on to play in the NFL for quite some time. A lot of people don't know that. Keith played for the Vikings. But he was a wideout on that team. Brad Taylor and Tom Jones split time at quarterback that year. I think Tom Jones played the most in that game. I could be wrong, that Texas game. But Burt Jones' little brother Tom Jones and Brad Taylor out of Danville split time at quarterback. Jesse Clark was the running back, was one of the running backs. And, man, those are good days. Those are good days.
You're bringing back the
history.
history.
Hey, I got goosebumps, man. Those were good days now.
When Arkansas was great.
Well, it was a different era. It was a different era. But I'll tell you one thing about that era. Texas A&M never beat us. Or if they did, it was very seldom. Texas did. And then Houston came into the league, and we had a hard time beating them. But
really?
Yeah, Houston was good. Houston came into the Southwest Conference, and they went to the Cotton Bowl. Bill Yeoman, they had some good teams. Old-timers will remember a quarterback named Danny Davis. And they went to the Cotton Bowl a couple of years. I can't remember what happened last week, but I can remember a lot of things that happened 45 years ago.
I'm interested in this. Give me a minute on just the Southwest Conference days, because there's a whole group of us that don't have any.
Baylor was the dirtiest team in the league. Grant Taft led all those FCA meetings, and then they'd go out there with the dirtiest team in the league. Everybody knows it.
Yeah.
When Ronnie Lee took out Steve Little. Those were, rivalries were real. Steve Cox, who's in our Hall of Honor. We played Texas Tech one year down at Lubbock. Texas Tech had they had the live mascot, they rode the horse. Cox was known for he'd kick kickoffs into the stands. His leg was bionic. And he kicked one off against Texas Tech, and it literally hit that horse in the butt. And it reared up and threw the mascot off. And you just had.
Wait a minute, that's before Dude Perfect.
Yeah. There were just. It was a different era. All of us who were of a certain age think it was more fun. I don't know if it was or not, but it was fun back then.
Well, it's interesting to hear that history. And, Jim Lindsay passing away, and I was at his funeral last Friday. And I went back and watched some of 22 Straight as we were getting ready to honor him on the show. And there's a documentary about Jim Lindsay and his story. And so you get all this throwback video, and you get all these moments, and it looked fun. It looked like what I think people dream of their college sports team being. And it's the places you go to socialize, whether it's dinner or you're having a drink or you're just hanging out or you're, what became tailgating. But it was, the way people dressed then. But it was a happening. It was a thing. And when we talk about Arkansas football now, I think there are so many people that still have that to hang on to, and they want so desperately to connect these two things. And I get it. And that's one of the things that's just cool about history, where things came from, where it happened, how it happened. But it's fun for me to hear people like you just take us through those great memories.
And see, here's the thing.
Because that's what it really is, too, is memories.
We were different as fans then. Like, for example, I was talking about that Texas game, what a great victory it was. Nobody brings up that they lost the last two games. They went 8-4 that year. They lost the season finale to SMU, and then they got beat in the Fog Bowl by North Carolina. So Arkansas certainly did not win every game in that era. Sometimes we revise history and make it sound like, they went 10-1 every year. What I'm driving at is I don't recall a single time as a kid, and I went to a lot of Razorback games as a kid, when they lose, I don't recall. Maybe it happened, but there wasn't this outcry for somebody to get fired. There wasn't this outcry, we got to blame somebody. This is unacceptable. Maybe it was happening, and as a kid, I just didn't notice it. That's certainly possible. But no, lots of things have changed.
Well, back then you only had Orville Henry or whomever was writing in the newspaper.
You're right.
And television anchors.
That's right.
And not really even a sports talk radio.
And it cost about $5 to get in too. I mean, it was just a different era all the way around. But it was.
If somebody said something like that, somebody needs to be fired back then, it was a huge deal. Now, somebody can just shout it from their Twitter account.
The first time I ever remember, our fans really getting on a coach. I'm really getting on a coach. Was. And it's almost embarrassing to say now was Coach Hatfield when they lost to Texas. They lost a game in Little Rock to Texas, where Texas did what Texas always did in that era. They'd come and they'd just find a way to pull it out right at the end. Arkansas would have them beat. Go back and watch the replay. Get halfway through the fourth quarter, and you just think, how do we lose this game? But somehow or another, Texas would do it, and that happened down there one time. And I remember it got ugly after the game. And that's really the first time that I can remember. Maybe it's the first time I noticed, which might be the more accurate way to put it. But, things are just different now.
Well, thanks for sharing.
Well, I mean,
Thanks for sharing.
Thanks for letting me run down memory lane.
Honoring Billy Ray Smith Jr. while you did it.
Yeah.
It is a Plunge Pool Thursday. You get the weekend started early with a plunge pool from Burton Pools and Spas. We're just getting started. 6:18 Thursday. Good morning.
You're absolutely right, Bo. But
thanks. Let's stop there.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Still searching for the perfect summer getaway? Mountain Home Arkansas might just be your answer. Wake up in the Ozark Hills. Hit the White River at sunrise. World-class fishing, hiking, trails, kayaking, and when the sun goes down, it's the kind of quiet you forgot existed. 2 lakes, 1 great town. All right here in the Arkansas Ozarks. Check it out at enjoymountainhome.com. Mountain Home Arkansas, where the outdoors is a way of life.
Thinking about buying or selling a business? Well, trust the experts at Arkansas Business Brokers, powered by Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. Whether you're ready to sell a business you've built from the ground up, or you're looking for the perfect opportunity to become your own boss, Arkansas Business Brokers can guide you through every step of the process. Their experienced team helps make complex transactions simple. Text BUSINESS to 479-306-6139 for a free consultation, or visit arkansasbusinessbrokers.com. For over 20 years, ProLand Title has been making title insurance easy for Arkansas families. Founded right here in Arkansas with over 45 offices statewide, our team of title insurance veterans will work alongside you every step of the way. They're independently owned, so their only priority is you. ProLand Title can say yes when others can't. Cheer for the pigs, close with the pros. Visit ProLandTitle.com to get a quote today. Warfield American Single Malt Whiskey starts with 100% local Idaho barley, distilled through Scottish copper pot stills, and aged in Idaho's mountain climate, where the elevation and temperature swings create a depth of flavor you won't find anywhere else. Now Arkansas owned, Warfield is crafting something genuinely different. American Single Malt with real roots and real craft behind it. Find it at select spirits retailers nationwide or visit drinkwarfield.com.
Just so you know, and we've talked about this from day one on the show, nobody's safe in here.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Summer in Arkansas means long days outside.
Whether you're headed to the lake, playing 18, or firing up the grill with friends, summer in Arkansas keeps you moving.
And with all those summer activities, you're going to need a beer that keeps up.
And that's where Yuengling Flight comes in. Just 95 calories, 2.6 grams of carbs, brewed for people who like to stay active and still enjoy a great tasting beer.
Make Yuengling Flight part of your summer plan.
Yuengling Flight, the next generation of light beer.
DG Yuengling and Son, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Enjoy responsibly.
In a world full of shortcuts, one whiskey refused. 100% local Idaho barley, aged in Idaho's mountain climate for complexity you can taste. A spirit that answers to the land and no one else. This is not just whiskey. This is a declaration. Warfield American Single Malt Whiskey from Idaho's most awarded distillery. Set the standard. Available at select spirits retailers nationwide. Drink responsibly. Must be 21 or older.
At Paschal, comfort and quality are well within reach. For over 50 years, homeowners have trusted them for world-class service. Every detail matters. Right now, get a brand new high-efficiency AC and furnace system starting at just $79.99 with payments as low as $100 a month. No shortcuts, no surprises, just Paschal quality at a price more families can afford. Same week installation is available, so click over to gopaschal.com to schedule.
Hey, it's Bo, and I had no idea how little I knew about insurance until my man James Boyette of State Farm started telling me. For over a decade, he's been delivering real value, not just the lowest price. That means helping customers find the right coverage for their life with personalized plans that evolve as life changes. Serving all of Arkansas and Missouri. If you're looking for a true insurance partner, auto, home, life, whatever you need, go to jamesboyett.com.
Hey, thanks for tuning in this morning. Hang out with Bo and me every weekday morning from 6 to 9 live on YouTube or Twitter, or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple.
Well, I just want to say we need to appreciate Boy a little more because Boy know what the hell he's talking about. Boy, too bad, boy.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
623. Plunge Pool Thursday. Get you a plunge pool from Burton Pools and Spas and get your weekend started early. I mean, when it's hot like it's been, we got a little rain.
Ooh, that was nice.
I'm going to tell you, it did not cool things off.
No, it didn't.
I said they at the club they have like a men's group on Wednesday nights. You know, you get out there and you play 9 holes or whatever. And I was like, oh, I'll just go hit some golf balls because we got rained out. And I was there for 15, 20 minutes and sweated through 2 golf clubs. I mean, I looked at the humidity, and it was 75%. That is thick.
Yeah, it was thick. Sun came back out. It was thick.
It did not cool anything off.
No.
But we needed the rain.
We did.
At least not everybody got rain, but we got some where we are.
I thought about that when it started raining. Was we needed this?
Yeah, did you stand out?
Yeah,
Did you open the garage?
No, actually I
didn't.
didn't. I heard the thunder, but I did not go out and walk down the driveway. No.
Bart, good morning.
Good morning, guys.
Edward, how you doing today?
Everybody okay?
I'm all right.
Feeling better?
What's going on?
I don't know. Sinus.
Did you get some bad lettuce?
No bad lettuce.
Is that still happening? People still getting bad lettuce?
I'm not sure. No,
so.
that
You get
is
bad gas
everything's
prices.
everything's
ongoing.
regular.
Does it have anything to do with the war?
Probably. Yeah.
I mean, everywhere I go, it's like the people aren't doing this or not doing that. Gas prices.
Well, gas prices and flight prices, yes, that you can directly attribute that sort of thing.
Well, it's affecting everything else, though. See, there's a trickle effect.
That's
to it. There's
right.
a domino.
That's right. Everything is getting more expensive by the hour.
What do we do about it, Bart?
There's nothing we can do.
Well,
Does anybody ask Dr. Fauci what he thinks about it?
This is one of those rare situations where I am powerless to do anything to change.
You know, this
It is rare when you're powerful.
I wish I could. I would, but I can't.
What's going on with the whole COVID thing? What's all this testimony happening?
Man, no.
Why don't you tell me about it?
No, I'd rather not.
It's come to sports now.
I plead the
because
fifth.
people are.
I could tell you about it.
Anthony Fauci pleaded the fifth. So all this John Rahm moments are popping up on social media when he was leading a golf tournament
I just don't
by
care.
6 shots. And if you were leading a golf tournament by 6 shots and they pulled you off the course, you would have.
6 years ago, man.
There were listen, COVID changed everything.
It was 6 years ago, and John Rahm went on to be a traitor to the world of golf and take the live blood money. So, man, I don't care.
Because it's him, you don't care. If it had been somebody you liked, you would have cared.
I don't think I would 6 years later. All those guys are making plenty of money, man.
Yeah.
Like, big whoop.
Well, it interested me because I was like, wow, that did happen. I remember that, and I work in sports. I don't know if you remember that, but so big sports
Familiar with your
stories
work.
that pop back up, and then I'm seeing these things on social media, and I was just asking, if you knew in the Situation Room what's happening, but you don't. But what
I'm not interested because it doesn't matter. Like, it just doesn't matter.
Okay, so that's what's going on.
Right. There's like, man, it's all it's a witch hunt, and I just don't I don't want to get into it because it's going to lead to a bunch of other topics that we don't want to get into. But it's
like what?
a lot of politics. Tell you that. Yeah, it's just like I saw all that stuff, and I was just like, whatever.
Okay.
That was my genuine reaction. Is like,
all right. Well, what is going on that you're interested in?
Basketball, man.
Tell me about it. What are you most interested in?
Like, we're gonna have Arkansas Razorback basketball games to watch starting tomorrow, and that's exciting because this team is going to be very good. I think they are being tremendously undervalued nationally.
Yeah, somebody asked me about that yesterday. Like, it seems like we're loaded and we've got this great team, but I saw these preseason rankings, and Arkansas is like 4th or 5th or 6th. And they said, "What's going on?" And I'm like, I mean, what does any of that mean?
Yeah, look, I'm trying to pull up a preseason. Here's CBS Sports. They have Florida 1, Texas 2, Tennessee 3, Arkansas 4. You see, I just don't agree with that. I fundamentally disagree with that. I don't have a problem with having Florida number 1. They're loaded again. They've kind of been the kings of the conference the past couple of years. I don't have a problem with that. I do have a big problem with Texas and Tennessee being ahead of Arkansas, though. I don't buy that at all. I don't buy Texas being good in basketball, like truly elite in basketball, because I haven't seen it.
It'd be a really big jump. If
they were fine.
Texas was good last year, but for them to leapfrog Arkansas and finish 2nd or 3rd in the standings, that would be a really big jump. And I don't know if they make that big a jump.
And look, we all know about Tennessee. Tennessee is they're the darlings of the regular season, right? Like, they'll probably have a good season next year. They'll probably be a top, 5 seed in the NCAA tournament. They're not better than Arkansas.
They've recruited really well. Tennessee's recruited really well. They've evidently got a nice NIL budget for basketball, and they've done a good job. I don't know what you think, Bart. When I look at some of that, I do think Florida deserves to be viewed as the top team, or at least the team to beat, because they've they've been the team that's won it. But I think Arkansas, Tennessee, I'm not ready to put Texas in that group yet. But I do think there's going to be 2 or 3 teams that you could pull a name out of the hat. Any of those teams could finish second. Any of those teams could overtake Florida.
I agree with that. I think it's wide open in a lot of ways. But I do think Arkansas is a cut above some of those other teams. I think what happens now with some of these projections and projected standings and rankings, I think the so-called experts put a little too much emphasis on the transfer portal and the players in the transfer portal, because there are a lot of guys, like I'm looking at some of these guys that these other schools got, like that Texas got, for example, and I'm like, that guy wasn't very good. Like, why are we all of a sudden touting him as like a game-changing pickup for Tennessee? Like, not every player in the transfer portal is better than a player you bring in as a freshman. And quite frankly, Jordan Smith Jr. is better than every single one of these transfer players.
Well, I think what happens
and Arkansas has other players that are better than all of these transfer guys.
They rank the portal. They rank the portal. So if you're in the portal, you get ranked. So suddenly you go from being not anybody that was talked about to, oh, that's the number 5 guy in the portal. But if you were still at your same school, nobody's ranking you anywhere for anything. But of all the guys in the portal, they got to put you somewhere. And the guys in the portal, most of them aren't that great. So you're the 20th guy in the portal. And so now they rank your class, and then they take that ranking and match it to whatever you had. And they're like, oh, they brought in the 3rd-ranked portal class. And so they're going to be good. But here's what I don't understand is Arkansas has Billy Richmond returning. They've got the consensus number 1 overall class, both portal and recruiting, and freshmen. And how are they 5th in the conference? And Rhett Lashley said this last week at ACC Media Days. He said, whenever some of y'all figure out how we can have preseason strength of schedules and power rankings before anybody's played a game, y'all let me know. It's a great statement. How do we know?
Well, we don't. I mean, that's why I say.
What is it based on?
Well, it's in part the subjective rankings of players. That's why I said a minute ago, I think Florida deserves to be deemed as the team to beat because they got some guys coming back from the team that others couldn't beat.
That already played.
Yeah.
That you know.
So they've proven that they can win a championship. So I think you got to pick them. But I do think beyond that, that's why I say I think there's 2 or 3 teams there. Arkansas is one of them. That if it clicks, see what I'm hopeful of, and this is, and I admit I'm looking at it through Razorback colored glasses. Is Mika Murinen being undervalued? Does the SEC know about this guy? Is he going to be better than anybody thinks? And I don't mean just us. I mean everybody else too. Does he become the one that puts Arkansas over the top? I don't know the answer to that, but I do kind of wonder.
He's got a chance to.
Yeah.
And it's not like you're reading a whole bunch or hearing a whole bunch about it.
That's right.
We got to hit a break. Go ahead.
Okay. No, go ahead.
Okay. It's 6:33. We're brought to you in part by First Security Bank. First Security Bank helping Arkansans every day. Bank better. Ask about their Flex Banking program where you can add a teenager to your account but still monitor that account, and they've got a Flex Banking card. First Security Bank with more convenient locations, banking better every single day. FSbank.com. You can find them online. Are we a bunch of idiots or what?
Yes, we are.
Yes.
Yes, we are. Yes.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Ben Blakeman joining us to talk about something they've been doing for 35 years, helping Arkansans with their stories and jewelry.
We want you to feel comfortable. We want you to feel confident. We want you to be educated. And we have a larger selection. We have more opportunities, more availability. Some people come in knowing exactly what they want. Some people come in having never been into a jewelry store before. We want both experiences to exceed all expectations.
Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks. There's no better place to watch a game than Walk On Sports Bistro. With more than 60 TVs at every location, catch all the summer sports action while you cool off with mouth-watering Louisiana favorites like po' boys and gumbo, plus burgers, ice-cold draft beers, and cocktails made for hot days. Incredible food, outstanding service, and a game day atmosphere that never takes a season off. Visit one of the 5 locations across Arkansas today, including Rogers and Fayetteville. Walk On Sports Bistro. We live for this.
Hey guys. You're having a great show today.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Getting the job done means tough and reliable equipment, and that's what WT Equipment is known for. A locally family-owned dealership with 4 locations across Arkansas, and always ready to help you get the job done. WT Equipment carries the brands you trust, like the legendary Bobcat and more, and they're offering aggressive pricing on skid steers and mini excavators. Whether you need equipment, implements, or powerful Bobcats, the friendly team at WT Equipment is ready to help. Visit WTEquip.com. Enjoy Oaklawn's 24/7 smoke-free casino, featuring over 1,500 slots and live table games from blackjack to roulette, craps, baccarat, and much more. Voted best casino by 2026 Arkansas Times Readers Poll. And enjoy headliner entertainment at the Oaklawn Event Center. Log on to oaklawn.com and get all the details. And the Oaklawn Resort Pool is open all summer. Access granted to hotel and spa guests. Come join the fun at Oaklawn Hot Springs, Arkansas's only casino resort.
Experience football game days on the Hill this fall as head coach Ryan Silverfield leads the Hogs into 2026. Great home matchups line the 7-game slate in Fayetteville, including kickoff in Arkansas on September 5th, the SEC home opener versus the Georgia Bulldogs on September 19th, and a Thanksgiving weekend rivalry battle with the LSU Tigers. Season tickets start at just $300 and are available now at ArkansasRazorbacks.com.
When it comes to a roof or remodel, you want somebody that's going to do what they say they're going to do. They're going to come in on time and on budget. And you might need it right now and can't afford it at this moment. Well, Teamwork has a plan for you. Now offering financing options like 0 down, 0% for 12 months, or low fixed payments over time and no payments for 60 days. Log on to their website, teamworkbuilt.com. Teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality and powered by Teamwork.
Obviously, Ryan Silverfield's had a lot of success, right? Like we're not, breaking any news there. 50-25, twice as many wins as losses, 27-21 in conference play as a head coach. At a job that has been a successful place for the most part over the past, decade and a half or so. When you look at the coaches that have been at Memphis, now can Silverfield break kind of the streak of guys going on from Memphis and having a lot of success because the guys that came before him didn't they jumped to bigger jobs and quite frankly it hasn't worked out. Can he break that trend? I think he can. But look, Arkansas hasn't been in a really truly competitive position in the SEC for a while, other than one really good year under Sam Pittman. And so I think that honestly, like if we're being really honest about this whole conversation,
let's be honest.
I think a lot of it still comes back to Chad Morris. I think people still have that in their mind. I'm being dead serious. I think people still, when they think of Arkansas football, they think of those Chad Morris teams and how pathetic they were. Like truly pathetic. The worst football team that has ever existed in the SEC.
But that's been over 5 years ago now.
I understand that, but I think people still feel that, right? When they think of Arkansas, they think of Chad Morris. They think of how bad it went.
Do you really think that?
I think.
You think people think of Chad Morris?
I think the Chad Morris era, if you want to call it that, was so bad that the outside world still thinks of that when they think of Razorback football.
Did you know you can listen to a podcast version of the show? The Chuck and Bo Show on Demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Part and can be found every weekday on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. Is there anything worse than being in a line at a convenience store and you got a lottery ticket buyer? It tests every bit of patience, religion, everything good in your life. It tests.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
So the Razorbacks are in the Bahamas. They'll play tomorrow, 6 o'clock on Flow TV. And these probably won't be contests. Bart was looking up scores. Like Louisville went there with like 4.5 players.
Isn't one of these teams good, though? Isn't there a Canadian college team that's good?
Well, in theory, we don't know how good they actually are when it comes to playing against, an American college basketball team. Carleton University, which is in Ottawa, they are the defending Canadian national champions at the college level there. They have won 18 national titles in program
Can you
history.
set the scene for us? Are they in the SEC, the Canadian SEC? Are they in the ACC?
I wish I knew.
Can you kind of give us the landscape of Canadian college basketball?
They won 18 national titles.
They went 27-9 overall, 17-5 in league play, and won the Ontario University Athletics Conference. So
can you pull some video?
I'm thinking more.
Guys
I'm thinking more MAC and less SEC.
They Miami of Ohio from was it last year where they almost went or they went undefeated?
Yeah, probably not. Probably not even that. Probably not even that. Respectfully, I don't really know much about the quality of teams in the Ontario University Athletics Conference.
It's like the old AIC.
I'm going to give you a list of the member universities, or at least a select list, because there are a bunch of them. This is a super conference, man. Let's see. Algoma University, the Thunderbirds.
The Thunderbirds.
How about that? They're in Sault Ste. Marie.
Who's the conference commissioner?
Yeah.
Do they fight? Are they in like major?
They've got some sweet
court battles over.
They've got some sweet mascots, I'll tell you that.
Do they have eligibility issues? Do they have the 5-for-5 rule?
I don't know.
How does it work up there?
McMaster University in Hamilton, they are the Marauders.
I mean, you're not giving you're giving me some things, but I don't have any context, and I know you don't know, so it's okay. But I was just curious, what is Canadian college basketball like? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Do they play 4 years? Is it like Canadian football? Are the rules different?
Is anyone taller than 6'5"?
U Sports is the national governing body for universities in Canada.
It's probably not as big a deal as it is here.
I've got a friend who went to McMaster.
Really?
And you want me to get him on the phone?
And you're like City League? In the basketball league you play in?
No, we go back further than that.
Oh, okay.
But he was a staffer for Tang, and he was Jerome Tang at Kansas State. And he was a staffer for the Toronto Raptors G League, so he might know. He might know.
Canadian college basketball. I have no perspective on.
I don't either.
About it.
I don't.
Bart's saying that's the one team. When is that game? When are they playing the Canadian team?
That is on Saturday.
Okay, that'll be the second game.
There is another Canadian university. University of Calgary is another opponent for the Razorbacks. Not quite as decorated as Carleton University, but they are the Dinos, the University of Calgary Dinos.
Calgary's a major city,
yes,
is it not?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
You were talking about Mika Murinen.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to play.
No, he's not.
In the Bahamas.
Yeah.
He is going through the normal process of getting through the NCAA clearinghouse to be eligible, which is not expected in any way to be an issue because you normally don't have to have this process complete until October. And if they weren't taking a summer tour, it wouldn't even be brought up. But they are, and so he probably won't play because they don't expect that to come through by Friday before they begin playing. And that would be like beyond it. Plus, there's a lot of these players, so the timing's even a little slower than normal. But nothing to be alarmed about other than we're not going to get to watch him play. And some have said that have played with him, seen him play, this guy could be a top 5 NBA pick next year.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be something? I mean,
you
he
said
may not be the only one on the team.
Nobody nationally is really talking about him.
No. You'll hear some people that really keep up with basketball closely. That'll bring.
That's right.
You know, when you bring his name up, they know what they're talking about. You can tell they're familiar with him. But no, not not a lot of them are. You know, you said it right a minute ago. If they weren't going to the Bahamas, we'd probably never even know this was going on because they don't play until start playing at exhibition games until October. But it's also one of those deals where, if there's any kind of gray area, I mean, you're going to the Bahamas. He's still going. I mean, he's on the trip. If there's any gray area at all, just sit him. Yeah, it's not worth the risk.
Yes, Bart.
So this is all I've been able to find for a comparison so far. In 2023, Carleton played Harvard in an exhibition game and lost 75-72. They also played Canisius and lost 79-66. So
well, you better come ready to play.
Yeah, you better show up.
Yeah,
you better show
So
up.
yeah, it's a smaller conference team in the U.S.
Yeah, like a very like a MAAC situation.
This isn't going to be a bunch of old guys taking smoke breaks. I mean, this is a legitimate team. Some of these semi-pro teams you play, you wonder.
That said, Cal has played them before in 2022 in the Bahamas at this thing when he was with Kentucky.
That's research right there.
And Kentucky and Cal won that game 118-56.
So he's 1-0 against Calgary?
Carleton University.
Okay, Carleton.
They also that year lost to Oregon 92-64. So definitely a step below major conference teams and probably a small step below minor conference teams.
That's very thorough research.
This is practice. You're just playing against someone else.
Yeah, that's right.
And Z pointed out at some point yesterday that they might be better off just playing against themselves, but you need a break from that. Because
you got to play against other teams.
Their practices, though, one of the things that I love about what's happening for this team is their practices are so competitive because they're so deep. And that's what you want in the summer.
Well, you can't lose sight of the fact, too, that trips like these are about the brand as well. I mean, yes, you want to play together and you want to play somebody else, but this is what big-time programs do. They go to the Bahamas in July. While you're sweating away, we're going to the Bahamas. So that's what elite programs do.
That was, by the way, it appears that Carleton team that lost to Kentucky, they did go on to win the national championship, it appears.
Wow.
So
okay.
Just
50-point difference, in other words.
Yeah.
Do they have scholarships? They offer American high schooler scholarships in Canadian college basketball?
I found sound of them winning the national championship. Would you like to hear?
Let's do it.
The final call
when we come back.
Yeah.
It's 4.5 seconds. That's all I could find.
Okay.
That's all I could find.
Won't go, and the dominance continues for the Carleton Ravens.
That's all I got.
Wow,
That's all I could find on the
dominance continues.
Sounds very American to me. 6:47. Good morning, Chuck and Bo.
Well, I've got a lot more rhythm than people realize.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
When it comes to a roof or remodel, you want somebody that's going to do what they say they're going to do. They're going to come in on time and on budget. And you might need it right now and can't afford it at this moment. Well, Teamwork has a plan for you. Now offering financing options like 0 down, 0% for 12 months, or low fixed payments over time and no payments for 60 days. Log on to their website, teamworkbuilt.com. Teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality and powered by Teamwork.
Great people, great prices, and plenty to pick from. You get it all at Fayetteville Auto Park. Acuras, Chevys, Hondas, Toyotas, even a collision center, all at one location. Shop new, used, and certified pre-owned. Plus, Fayetteville Auto Park has hundreds of new and pre-owned automobiles with big discounts starting at under $30,000. Shop our complete selection online at FayettevilleAutopark.com. That's FayettevilleAutopark.com.
Who says bigger is always better? Burton Pools and Spas is the area's exclusive dealer for plunge pools by Thursday Pools. In-ground fiberglass pools designed for today's lifestyles with easy maintenance and more time for fun. Cool off after work, relax with family, or host friends for game day. And right now, installed plunge pool packages start under $40,000. Stop by one of Burton Pools and Spas' 5 convenient locations or visit burtonpools.com. Burton Pools and Spas. Water for a better life.
Life is better with community banking from First Security, where personal connections make a difference every day. Families get bankers who know their names, know their needs, and love to help. Businesses work with responsive lenders who make fast local decisions that help build success. And communities thrive with First Security because our team is rooted here too. Choose the power of personal. First Security. Bank better. FSbank.com, member FDIC.
Don't be talking down to people, Bart.
I am going to talk down to people when they're wrong.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
For over 25 years, Pro Land Title has been making title insurance easy for Arkansas families. Founded right here in Arkansas with over 45 offices statewide, their team of title insurance veterans will work alongside you, your realtor, and your loan officer every step of the way. They're independently owned, so the only priority is you. Their relationships with national underwriters allow them to say yes when others can't. Cheer for the pigs, close with the pros. Visit ProLandTitle.com and get a quote today. There's no better shopping experience than you're going to find at Macadoodles or at Guess Who in Bentonville. With an unbeatable selection, amazing prices, and service that's unbeatable, they've got everything you need. Roger and the team are always there to help.
I love it. I've been doing this for 53 years, and one of the things I love most about it is our customers. Part of what makes me love the retail business is just the interaction with my customers.
Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista, and Guess Who in Bentonville.
Man, I love spending time at Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. The golf, the people, the hospitality, and the events they host always hit the mark. Members enjoy it all. They've got state-of-the-art practice facilities, dining, events, a big pool with a snack and beverage bar, as well as tennis and pickleball courts. There's no initiation fee, and for out-of-towners, a membership is only $185 a month. Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. Your home away from home.
I love a day or weekend at Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. The golf, the people, the hospitality, and the events they host always hit the mark, and members enjoy it all. State-of-the-art practice facilities, food, beverages, a big pool with a snack and beverage bar, tennis and pickleball courts, and they can even book you an exclusive fly fishing trip. There's no initiation fee, and for out-of-towners, a membership is only $185 a month. It's Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. It's home away from home.
Hey, thanks for tuning in this morning. Hang out with Bo and me every weekday morning from 6 to 9 live on YouTube or Twitter, or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple.
I think I have 1,100 subscriptions. I'm pretty sure. It is so ridiculous.
I think I subscribed to Hulu twice.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Chuck, going back to the World Cup, we were excited about the activities, the periphery all around the World Cup. All the people coming over to our country.
I kind of missed that.
Enjoying it, and the Waffle House photos and Chili's and just the things that we sort of take for granted every day. Or
I enjoyed watching the people from other countries, and I think they enjoyed us.
They loved being here.
Yeah.
And Freddie developed quite a reputation because that was the first big account that where people, kind of latched on to. This guy taking all these pictures and stuff. And Edward was wondering if he was a fraud. Like if this whole thing was like a setup.
I remember that. I remember.
Psy-up.
And so it went away. Like he shut the account down, said there had been a lot of negativity. They were just trying to have fun or whatever. Well, he's back. He's been back for a while now. So I'm just wondering what's going on. You still think that, or is this a real person, or what? Now Freddie says he's coming back.
Well, I read where he's going to move to Fairhope, Alabama.
Well, he loved Fairhope,
That he
Alabama.
loves Fairhope, Alabama. Said he could live there.
He's not coming. He's not moving back. He's just coming back, and he's going to attend some college football games. Because he heard while he was here, went to some of the stadiums here, how crazy and awesome it is, and he wants to experience it. In fact, he's going to the Texas State Fair I assume, for that OU Texas game.
Well, he'll see something there.
He's going to the Breeders' Cup, and he's going to Oktoberfest in, like, Helen, Georgia, among the places he's going.
He lives in Germany. That is the home of Oktoberfest.
Yeah, well, he wants to experience it here, I guess. Maybe he heard something great. I
Well,
don't
it's
know.
a good month for college football, too. I mean, if you're
Maybe
going to
he's gonna
come
go
and
to Athens, too.
Experience all that, October's a good time to do it.
So my question to Edward is do you still think this guy's sort of not, like,
I don't know.
real?
I've kind of stopped caring. I saw that he was back, and I don't know.
Well, okay. I was just doing a
I don't know.
follow-up.
I don't know if I have an opinion. Let me do a little more research. It says we're planning another USA trip. Josh Pate said to DM him.
Josh Pate?
The White House official account is in his replies. I don't know. Still fishy to me.
Yeah.
I think it's fake.
Yeah. Stick with your story.
PSYOP. Let's continue the PSYOP.
Well, he had quite a run.
That's
there.
your
I
story.
mean,
You're sticking to
That's
it.
right.
Langley
Let's
had him
continue
to
the
a
American
concert,
PSYOP.
People were put him up in swanky hotel suites and
It's going to the
he's
Breeders'
getting
Cup.
boots.
It's the sport of kings.
I mean, it sounds like to me he's living his best life.
I think so, too.
I think it's a real dude on a real.
I think it's
a real American
dude who's been
bender.
paid off.
He's conned us all. That's what I think.
The American,
American
way.
dream.
Right. Absolutely.
He's fooled everybody.
Almost 7 o'clock, 6:55 on this Thursday morning. Good morning.
At Paschal, comfort and quality are well within reach. For over 50 years, homeowners have trusted them for world-class service. Every detail matters. Right now, get a brand new high-efficiency AC and furnace system starting at just $79.99, with payments as low as $100 a month. No shortcuts, no surprises, just Paschal quality at a price more families can afford. Same week installation is available, so click over to gopaschal.com to schedule.
Getting the job done means tough and reliable equipment, and that's what WT Equipment is known for. A locally family-owned dealership with 4 locations across Arkansas, and always ready to help you get the job done. WT Equipment carries the brands you trust, like the legendary Bobcat and more, and they're offering aggressive pricing on skid steers and mini excavators. Whether you need equipment, implements, or powerful Bobcats, the friendly team at WT Equipment is ready to help. Visit WTEquip.com.
Man, I love spending time at Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. The golf, the people, the hospitality, and the events they host always hit the mark. Members enjoy it all. They've got state-of-the-art practice facilities, dining, events, a big pool with a snack and beverage bar, as well as tennis and pickleball courts. There's no initiation fee, and for out-of-towners, a membership is only $185 a month. Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. Your home away from home.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
I don't know if anybody else is having fun, but this is a blast for me.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
At First Security Bank, banking isn't one size fits all. It's personal because everyone's financial journey looks a little different. From managing day-to-day spending, to running a small business, to helping your kids learn more smart money habits, or taking that big step toward buying a home. At First Security, you get the services you expect, the technology you need, and the real support of local people who live here, know the community, and take the time to understand what you're trying to accomplish. Life moves fast, and having a bank that moves with you makes a difference. Whether you prefer stopping by a branch, banking on the app, or picking up the phone to talk with someone who actually knows your name, First Security is there. They offer smart tools like mobile banking, bill pay, and mobile check deposit, along with thoughtful solutions like flex banking for kids, checking built for small businesses, and local mortgage lenders who guide you through the home buying process. Choose the power of personal. Bank better at First Security. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Ben Blakeman joining us to talk about something they've been doing for 35 years, helping Arkansans with their stories and jewelry.
You know, we want you to feel comfortable. We want you to feel confident. We want you to be educated. And we have a larger selection. We have more opportunities, more availability. Some people come in knowing exactly what they want. Some people come in having never been into a jewelry store before. We want both experiences to exceed all expectations.
Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks. When it comes to a roof or remodel, you want somebody that's going to do what they say they're going to do. They're going to come in on time and on budget. And you might need it right now and can't afford it at this moment. Well, Teamwork has a plan for you. Now offering financing options like 0 down, 0% for 12 months, or low fixed payments over time and no payments for 60 days. Log on to their website, teamworkbuilt.com. Teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality and powered by Teamwork. I still think there's a right way to do things, you know, and money has become part of this equation. But if you go back to the right way to do things, I recruit you. We have a great system. You want to be a part of this system. You want to go here, improve your game. While you're here, we're going to win. We're going to put some other guys that are like-minded with you. We're going to create some connectivity, some chemistry, but we're all on the same page here to try to develop you for what you eventually want to become, okay? That whole thing, to me, is still at the core of the foundation of how you're going to build a successful program. We've added money into that equation, and I get that, and you've got to play that game to a certain extent. But when it becomes more about the money than it becomes about that, I think that's where it all gets screwed up for programs and players.
There's only 4 or 5 programs, though, that have that luxury. Fortunately for us, we're one of them. A program like Miami, they don't necessarily have that luxury. They're chasing. Program like Louisville, they're chasing.
I think Kentucky's been chasing a little bit since
they have been chasing.
I'm not trying to pick on them in this.
No, they've been
particular
chasing
case.
some. They've been chasing.
But I think what was interesting about that whole deal is they went and hired Mark Pope, but then they tried to make up the difference between Pope and Cal and act like they were the same by spending money on players. And look, they weren't terrible. I mean, they had a formidable roster. But I just think there's really something to, you're right, I agree 100% with what you're saying, Chuck. There's really something to, though, when it becomes about that money, it becomes about something different than you really need in your organization to win.
Because you've overpaid for it. I mean, that's the thing that, I mean, we can talk about this till 10 o'clock in the morning. That's the part that drives me nuts about the transfer portal. People say, well, you got to have money. You got to have money. Yeah, you do. But at some point, let's spend our money wisely.
Never miss a moment of the Chuck and Bo Show on demand, driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Watch us on YouTube, Twitter, every weekday, or stream the podcast version of the show on Spotify or Apple. Just search for the Chuck and Bo Show.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
How good's Jordan Smith, John?
You know, there's a lot of belief that he is going to be the best player in this freshman class next season. Yeah, I'm expecting Jordan Smith to be right in the mix to be one of the best players in the SEC, and if you're one of the best players in the SEC, you're going to have a chance to be an All-American.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You're just talking. You're just talking.
I'm ready to roll right now, Bo.
Cheats, steals.
It's a real talk show.
Live from the Warfield Distillery Studios, Idaho's most awarded distillery.
Let it out.
Let it out.
Let it rip.
Let it go.
If you're a Hawk fan, be a Hawk fan.
Hey, Bo, you're wrong.
Come in at your own risk. Nobody's safe in here.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
Just reading through Bart's note package today. Today is a big day for days. It's National Chili Dog Day. It's National Cheesecake Day.
Shout out John Mellencamp.
It's National Father-in-Law Day. And it's National Climb a Mountain Day. So
what
if
is
you're
your,
thinking about climbing a mountain today,
what is your mountain to climb?
I've climbed a mountain.
Have you? Which one?
Gray's Peak in Colorado.
Okay. I've been to Pikes Peak, but I didn't climb it. I mean, like I was in a car.
Yeah.
What are your mountains to climb in life?
Boy, how long we got?
I'm not getting into that.
What kind of mountains have you climbed? Tell us. 877.
Well, I got up and out of bed this morning.
377-6963. How many alarms do you have going?
2.
Yeah.
I have 2.
Same. It's getting a little chaotic.
Separated by 10 minutes.
Actually. Yeah. Yeah, your snooze goes for 8.
No, I typically don't snooze. Like I
turn the first one off.
Yeah, but I'm awake.
That's a risky business there.
Well,
Yeah,
that's why I have the second one.
I know.
You know you can set your snooze time to like 10 minutes apart.
I know, but if you hit the second one, and you fall back asleep, you don't have any recourse.
No, I mean like the first one wakes me up.
We're talking about you,
huh?
If you do that, Chuck and I are in here talking about.
Well, there's got to be some strategy involved. If you set it 10 minutes apart, the snooze goes off at 9 minutes, and then the next alarm goes off a minute later, and at that point you're up. Now, look, I'm going to be honest. I would love to be able to sleep until my alarm goes off. That's a rarity. But when you do get to that point, when you use the alarm, you got to have some strategy involved there.
That's yours.
Yep.
Just turn the first one off, turn the second one off. So that was the mountain you climbed just today, this morning. You were already climbing mountains.
Yep, that's right.
What is the mountain
I got up early.
You've got to climb. What are the mountains you have climbed? Celebrate today. Share at 877-377-6963.
I don't know if it's a figurative day, like, climb a mountain, or if it's a literal day where you actually go climb a mountain.
I think we make it whatever we need it to be.
Most open to interpretation.
Most of us are not going to climb a mountain today, actually.
What's the story, Bart?
This is your day to get up, show up, and move past obstacles in your life by moving personal mountains.
Get up and show up.
What's holding you back?
Climbing a mountain takes training, perseverance, and dedication. It's time to get up, show up, and move past obstacles in your life.
Get up, show up, and move past obstacles in your life. Let's talk about it.
We are encouraging everyone to overcome the fears that prevent us from reaching our peak.
I'm sorry,
Commit yourself to accomplishing your goals no matter how high the mountain seems right now.
Chuck says, can we just move on to National Chili Dog Day?
Can we just talk about something like
Can we just move on? Let's have a chili dog.
Cheesecake and chili dogs.
It's making me hungry.
Yeah. Oh, you want a cheesecake? Or a chili dog?
I had one of those breakfast muffins you brought.
Yeah, I had a
in
breakfast
today.
muffin.
Yeah, thanks to Kara for making those last night. And the whipped cinnamon honey on there is what takes it over the top. Bart's the only one that hasn't gotten into it yet. He'll be there.
I could have had a couple more.
Well, there's 3 left. There was a half dozen when we got here. Me, you, and Chuck have all started it. So now we can.
Bart better act quickly.
Bart can get in there. And
I was looking for the big plate of bacon, but I didn't see that. I just saw the muffins.
We can do that.
Hey, guys,
we can just heat it up the next morning.
Guys, I've discovered 6 ways to celebrate National Climb a Mountain Day.
Do it. Let's go.
Would
Chuck's
you like
into
them?
it. He's going to have a chili dog and listen.
Number 1, accept fear and failure as a normal part of your emotions. Use them as learning tools to correct mistakes and make adjustments as you progress.
Yes.
2, approach your mountain climbing with positivity. Even though you might struggle on your path up the mountain, each step is a step closer to your goal. Use each step as a stepping stone to become
Could
better.
you be a little more overly dramatic?
Yes.
I mean, my God.
Yeah, we need you to be a little more dramatic.
Number 3.
We need some music.
Number 3, be brave and courageous during your journey. Face any fear or failure you might encounter with the mindset of getting through it.
Walk to that mailbox.
Because
You can do it.
will.
Yeah, absolutely.
Number 4.
Put your shoes on.
That's
Start
right.
there.
Walk
there.
outside.
Number 4, make adjustments. We do not get a handbook in life. Climbing mountains means we make necessary adjustments and change course. If something isn't working, don't be afraid to change. Number 5,
It's getting better now.
Visualize your success each step of the way. Think about how you will feel once you reach the top of your mountain. By taking in the scenery along the way, you will appreciate the view from the top. Hey, you don't stop and look around every once in a while. Something might pass you by.
Bart's adding his own quips.
Good Lord.
He's great.
And number 6,
teach us, oh,
share your mountain climbing journey with others.
Journal it.
Share.
To inspire them that they too can climb their own mountain.
Well, let's just start right there. Let's all share our story.
Chuck, you start.
While somebody's like dreaming up all these beautiful words to write down, somebody in the real world's like running laps around him out there. Somebody who's already climbed a mountain and doesn't have to tell the whole world about it is running laps around that guy.
Well, how do people learn if you don't share? Share your journey. We'll
Share your story.
With you, John.
Every
You guys
season
just
starts
are
at Dick's.
ridiculous. God. Not everything is like, to be self-analyzed. You just get up and do it, man. Get up and go.
There you go. That's good advice.
That is good advice.
Get up and go.
Get up and climb your mountain.
Stop telling everybody about it and just go do it.
Just go do it.
Come to me when it's over.
How about
I'm serious.
I don't want
to hear about your journey. Come to me when it's done.
Well, can we tell you about the journey after it's over?
Yes, but I don't need you to chronical it for me.
You don't need the blow by
I
blow.
don't need the journal, man.
Would you get to the story? Get to the
right.
part where you got to the top of the mountain.
I
don't want to hear about how you
joking.
struggle.
Everybody's got a story. I know.
I don't want to hear about the struggles. I want to hear about the wins, the successes.
Anybody want to know how to celebrate National Father-in-Law Day?
Yes. You've obviously
I've got a
it
list.
queued
I've got
up.
a list.
What kind of music do we need for that?
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. Spend a few hours doing something he loves, such as hitting a bucket of golf balls, going fishing, tackling a home improvement project, or playing a round of cards.
Home improvement project.
Number 2, sit down with his favorite beverage and ask him about his youth. What was his first job? How did he meet his spouse? What advice?
Bart's narrative tone goes right into the music.
You gotta
brought him to life.
Well, yeah,
what
music's
advice would
important.
he give to his younger self? Number 3, grab tickets to a local ball game or watch his favorite sports team from the comfort of the living room.
Hey, Pops,
to a
you want to go to
Naturals
the Naturals game?
Yeah.
Number 4,
It's going to rain the whole time.
fire up a grill for a backyard barbecue or ask him to teach you one of his signature recipes. There you have it.
Those are good. What else you got?
Yeah, is that it?
How do you enjoy National Cheesecake Day?
Well, I think
Eat a piece of cheesecake.
yeah.
There are two really meaningful days today.
Bake your own homemade cheesecake from scratch.
Is that how you do it, Bart?
I've never attempted to make a cheesecake. I'd be happy to try for the
I've
sake
got
of
an
the
uncle
show,
who makes
but,
good cheesecake.
Really? Huh.
I got an uncle that makes
gosh.
a chili dog.
Yeah. No, I think that's great. I think it's great. You're climbing mountains, eating cheesecake along the
apparently,
way. Do the whole deal.
I didn't scroll
Smelling
down
roses.
far
That's
enough.
right.
I missed a day. It's also National Whistleblower Day.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Let's talk about that.
Who are we blowing the whistle on?
How do you do that? What's the right way to blow the whistle? What
Anonymous tips.
Yeah, what is? Does it give you like steps on how to blow the whistle appropriately, or do you just go hold a press conference?
Yeah, I don't.
National Whistleblower Day. What is the description of that?
Let's see. Commemorates the day our founding fathers recognized the need to protect those who report corruption when they see it. This informative day reminds us to honor and support the people who speak up.
I think Bart should be a professional whistleblower. I mean, really.
Infiltrate.
Yeah. Embedded.
Yeah.
But
Undercover.
Infiltrate's actually a pretty good way to put it there.
Mark Felt. Shout out Mark Felt. He's the guy who exposed Watergate.
The whistle's gonna be blowing.
Amen.
Is that the one they referred to as Deep Throat?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Frank Serpico. There's a movie.
I remember Serpico.
There's a movie about Serpico starring
He-
Al Pacino, I think.
Yeah, he exposed all the corruption in the NYPD.
Yep,
Yeah,
that's right.
That's right. I remember Serpico.
What about what did Edward Snowden do?
Well,
Bo's bound and determined to lead us down a road.
The CIA corruption in the CIA.
That's what I thought. It was a CIA thing.
Mm-hmm. And well, not just that, but like intelligence files, briefings, surveillance programs, things of that nature.
Well, Chuck, I'm glad you brought this up.
Yeah, I knew where we were going here.
I'm glad you brought it. Thank you for taking us to the national days.
I'm going to step away.
That was fantastic. This was good. We needed this today. Glad you're here. It's Plunge Pool Thursday. You can start the weekend early with a plunge pool from Burton Pools and Spas. Cool off, stand around, enjoy watching a game, or just talking with friends, or
climbing a mountain.
Take a dip and think about how you're going to climb that next mountain. It's a great place to stand and contemplate.
It really
Generally
is.
With like a Warfield cocktail in your hand, maybe a war-fashioned, where you can try their organic vodka with something, or their barrel-aged gin. All the organic spirits right there. Single malt whiskey made from the highlands of Idaho. Nearly 6,000 feet it's distilled. Now Arkansas-owned. DrinkWarfield.com. Find a location near you, pick yourself up some, and see what you think. Or you can also see a list of restaurants that they have. They've got a cowboy cocktail at Bordino's in Fayetteville, for example. It's fantastic.
Do you have to wear a hat?
That's a great question.
Like
if it's your birthday and you're at a Mexican restaurant, they put a sombrero on you.
You have to wear a cowboy hat.
What about some chaps with the hat?
I think we're working on your outfit.
Mine?
Yeah.
Okay.
Would you do that? Would you wear a cowboy hat and some chaps to anything?
Depends on the type of chaps, but yeah.
Well, I mean, you brought it up. What do you mean the type?
What'd you have in mind, Edward?
I mean, look, this is what we do. We heal the hurting. We touch the hearts. We talk about the things that matter to people.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Blakeman's isn't just where Arkansas gets engaged. It's where you go to have a wonderful experience.
Every touch point matters, and I think what we show off best is Cafe B. It's Onyx Coffee by Blakeman's. Cafe B, we're offering the best coffee in the country, complimentary. I feel so fortunate to be able to go to work there every day. Big windows, the open lighting, the warm environment, and again, the cafe. It's the best.
Blakeman's, where every day is a diamond.
Warfield American Single Malt Whiskey starts with 100% local Idaho barley, distilled through Scottish copper pot stills, and aged in Idaho's mountain climate, where the elevation and temperature swings create a depth of flavor you won't find anywhere else. Now Arkansas-owned, Warfield is crafting something genuinely different. American Single Malt, with real roots and real craft behind it. Find it at select spirits retailers nationwide, or visit drinkwarfield.com. Hey, at Chevrolet of Fayetteville, you can save up to $12,000 off MSRP on Silverados. It's the freedom to save right now at Chevy of Fayetteville. Save up to $12,000 on new 2026 Silverados, plus make no payments for 90 days during the Freedom to Save event at Chevrolet of Fayetteville, inside the Fayetteville Auto Park. Together, let's drive. ChevroletofFayetteville.com.
Who says bigger is always better? Burton Pools and Spas is the area's exclusive dealer for plunge pools by Thursday Pools. In-ground fiberglass pools designed for today's lifestyles with easy maintenance and more time for fun. Cool off after work, relax with family, or host friends for game day. And right now, installed plunge pool packages start under $40,000. Stop by one of Burton Pools and Spas' 5 convenient locations or visit burtonpools.com. Burton Pools and Spas, water for a better life. He's Chuck Barrett.
He's Bo Mattingly.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Who says bigger is always better? Burton Pools and Spas is the area's exclusive dealer for plunge pools by Thursday Pools. In-ground fiberglass pools designed for today's lifestyles with easy maintenance and more time for fun. Cool off after work, relax with family, or host friends for game day. And right now, installed plunge pool packages start under $40,000. Stop by one of Burton Pools and Spas' 5 convenient locations or visit burtonpools.com. Burton Pools and Spas, water for a better life.
In a world full of shortcuts, One whiskey, Refused. 100% local Idaho barley, aged in Idaho's mountain climate. For complexity you can taste, a spirit that answers to the land and no one else. This is not just whiskey. This is a declaration. Warfield, American single malt whiskey from Idaho's most awarded distillery. Set the standard. Available at select spirits retailers nationwide. Drink responsibly. Must be 21 or older.
Summer may be the off-season for the Razorbacks, but it's the perfect season for the restaurant at Stonebreaker. Located in Fayetteville on Markham Hill, the restaurant at Stonebreaker features seasonal menus built around fresh Arkansas ingredients. Plus, enjoy inviting spaces to gather with friends and family. Whether you're stopping in for drinks at the bar, dinner on the screened porch, or relaxed evening in the parlor, you're sure to find something worth coming back for. This summer, pull up a chair on the hill. Visit stonebreakerhotel.com for more information. That's stonebreakerhotel.com.
Man, I love spending time at Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. The golf, the people, the hospitality, and the events they host always hit the mark. Members enjoy it all. They've got state-of-the-art practice facilities, dining, events, a big pool with a snack and beverage bar, as well as tennis and pickleball courts. There's no initiation fee, and for out-of-towners, a membership is only $185 a month. Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. Your home away from home.
Hey, thanks for tuning in this morning. Hang out with Bo and me every weekday morning from 6 to 9 live on YouTube or Twitter, or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple.
I'll tell you one thing, but listen, what a great show you. The best sports show in the state is, no doubt, the Chuck and Bo Show. No doubt about it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
ESPN's Matt Berry's coming up, longtime host of College Football Final and now SEC Nation. He'll be hosting SEC Nation this year.
That's right. It's different. We'll
talk some
shuffle.
College football with him. Hey, by the way, we haven't really talked about it. I don't know if you guys talked about it on Monday when I was out with the procedure. The Japanese pitcher that Arkansas has signed.
Yeah.
The first Japanese-born player to sign with an SEC baseball program right out of high school. Here's Dave Van Horn talking about it.
I'm excited to get him on campus. Big right-hander with a couple of different type pitches, a slider and a downer. You know, you look at the metric of the fastball, it's what a lot of right-handers throw, 80 or 92, 93. But, you know, he's big, he's young, he'll get better here. We just have to be able to communicate a little bit. You know, that'll be something that we'll really work on, and we're planning on, we've got a few things up our sleeve there, and I don't know. I look forward to seeing him pitch in person. I've had the opportunity to coach with Team USA a couple of different times. I know that the team for us that was always the hardest to beat was Japan. They're just so well coached and the discipline of their hitters, but their pitchers were just different, hard to hit. So imagine there's a little bit of that in there, just the way he's been coached through, you know, growing up. You know, Coach Hobbs got to see it firsthand this summer when he was with Team USA, and they actually played in Japan. Just kind of anticipating it with a open mind, and let's see what he can do. And I don't want him to feel a lot of pressure. Just come in and be one of the guys and get better and help us, and we'll help him.
Shogo Miyauchi. No, Miyauchi. Shogo Miyauchi is the player.
I think it's really interesting. I mean, it's
that's the pitcher.
You know, it's, you talk about growing the game, and you know, Japanese baseball is a brand of baseball. It's really good. I mean, and they, as many baseball people in the States say, play the game the right way, so to speak. I mean, they're always fundamentally sound, and you know, their pitchers, it seems like they always. I say always. A lot of them, pretty good at hiding the ball. They do things a little bit differently. So yeah, and plus it's just a great educational opportunity for him, his teammates. And it's not a situation like you find yourself in minor league ball sometimes where you throw a lot of people together and you're on a bus and you're, traveling around and, the conditions aren't great. And there's a little bit more controlled environment, and I think it'll be good for everybody.
A little more from DVH coming out of the draft.
So we lost a lot of players. We lost a lot of pitchers, and, we have to replace those guys. So Obviously, we went to the portal to get a couple of guys. I really don't want to mention names right now because I don't think it's fair because I'll end up leaving somebody off that, is probably going to be right in the middle of it. But we went and got a few guys with experience. We have some guys in our program with experience. Had a couple of guys that were young that went out and pitched this summer that did really well that will have an opportunity. So fall will be, there'll be a lot of different, I guess, guys will get a chance to start this fall.
Apparently there's going to be some exhibition games, I believe, in which they play another opponent this fall, like during an away football game.
Happen. Yeah,
that's right.
And we'll get an idea of who
he didn't disclose who it was, but he said maybe some in-state teams and perhaps a Texas school.
I mean that I think that'd be great. I think that'd be great. It's it's incredible how exhibition games have kind of taken hold. When are we going to have one in football? We're going to have an exhibition game in football?
I really think that should be the spring game. But I don't know if people have this fear of injury and whatever, but you're playing a game anyhow. If both teams are out there scrimmaging like they would an inter-squad scrimmage, I really don't understand why we don't do it.
Well, you've got to have, first off.
They do it in the NFL.
Well, they do. I don't know how quickly you can throw this thing together. And sometimes teams have different goals going into a particular week, a particular scrimmage, as opposed to somebody else. Like, for example, one team's got a quarterback battle going on. The other team knows who their quarterback's going to be. Is the team that knows who their quarterback going to be, is he going to play? I like the idea in theory, but you really got to, you got to have the details worked out to make it really work.
It's still practice.
I like the idea, though.
You could play the ones in the first quarter. And but, I mean, it's still practice, and it's not going to be, as entertaining as watching a full-on football game.
Oh, we'll turn it into that.
But
though.
the
Don't
idea
kid
of
yourself.
playing another opponent instead of yourself in the spring game. We've lost the spring game. Whatever we had there once upon a time, we've lost that.
No question.
I don't know that we ever had anything, but we lost whatever. But I do think we got more and more and more away from the actual event of the game. It at one point it was really played teams, like a scrimmage game.
Yeah, teams stopped playing games.
And
that's what happened.
Just came into more of, like Chuck was kind of talking about it, a very situational, situation. And it's a practice. And
it's not an event.
We're just kind of hanging on to that event. But whatever. I mean, it's nothing to it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. It's just not. It's like we're hanging on to trying to make it an event around college athletics and college football, but it's really not. And maybe that's the issue. Maybe we just need to acknowledge, hey, this isn't much of an event.
Arkansas used to play red-white games in Fayetteville and in Little Rock. They would play one here, and then they'd go to Little Rock and play one. The coaches don't want to do it.
That's right.
That's the bottom line. They don't want to do it, and that's the reason that it's
like
not
you'd
done
show
anymore.
up and watch an inter-squad basketball game because they're going to go play. But in football, it's just completely different.
I understand why coaches don't want to play that game. I also think there are times some athletic directors need to say, you don't get to decide everything. I think that's part of your branding. That's just my opinion.
If you haven't had a summer getaway yet, Oaklawn's ready for you. Come join the fun at Oaklawn Hot Springs, Arkansas's only casino resort. Book your summer getaway today. The pool's open. The 4-star spa is an awesome place. The 4-star Forbes-rated spa. Oaklawn's a resort that if you haven't enjoyed, you will. If you haven't been there lately, you haven't been to Oaklawn. And log on to oaklawn.com. Get all the details on the headline entertainment they have. Of course, the 24/7 casinos there as well. Matt Berry joins us from ESPN and SEC Nation when we come back.
We got wackos, people. There are wackos everywhere.
I call them our base. I mean, you call them wackos as well.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I love a day or weekend at Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. The golf, the people, the hospitality, and the events they host always hit the mark, and members enjoy it all. State-of-the-art practice facilities, food, beverages, a big pool with a snack and beverage bar, tennis and pickleball courts, and they can even book you an exclusive fly fishing trip. There's no initiation fee, and for out-of-towners, a membership is only $185 a month. It's Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. It's home away from home.
Great people, great prices, and plenty to pick from. You get it all at Fayetteville Auto Park. Acuras, Chevys, Hondas, Toyotas, even a collision center, all at one location. Shop new, used, and certified pre-owned. Plus, Fayetteville Auto Park has hundreds of new and pre-owned automobiles with big discounts starting at under $30,000. Shop our complete selection online at FayettevilleAutopark.com. That's FayettevilleAutopark.com.
It's the Chuck and Bo Show. We're just kind of wading through it, figuring it out with you this morning.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Getting the job done means tough and reliable equipment, and that's what WT Equipment is known for. A locally family-owned dealership with 4 locations across Arkansas, and always ready to help you get the job done. WT Equipment carries the brands you trust, like the legendary Bobcat and more, and they're offering aggressive pricing on skid steers and mini excavators. Whether you need equipment, implements, or powerful Bobcats, the friendly team at WT Equipment is ready to help. Visit WTEquip.com. Enjoy Oaklawn's 24/7 smoke-free casino featuring over 1,500 slots and live table games from blackjack to roulette, craps, baccarat, and much more. Voted Best Casino by 2026 Arkansas Times Readers Poll. And enjoy headliner entertainment at the Oaklawn Event Center. Log on to Oaklawn.com and get all the details. And the Oaklawn Resort Pool is open all summer. Access granted to hotel and spa guests. Come join the fun at Oaklawn Hot Springs, Arkansas's only casino resort.
Experience football game days on the Hill this fall as head coach Ryan Silverfield leads the Hogs into 2026. Great home matchups line the 7-game slate in Fayetteville, including kickoff in Arkansas on September 5th, the SEC home opener versus the Georgia Bulldogs on September 19th, and a Thanksgiving weekend rivalry battle with the LSU Tigers. Season tickets start at just $300 and are available now at ArkansasRazorbacks.com.
When it comes to a roof or remodel, you want somebody that's going to do what they say they're going to do. They're going to come in on time and on budget. And you might need it right now and can't afford it at this moment. Well, Teamwork has a plan for you. Now offering financing options like 0 down, 0% for 12 months, or low fixed payments over time and no payments for 60 days. Log on to their website, teamworkbuilt.com. Teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality and powered by Teamwork.
Obviously, Ryan Silverfield's had a lot of success, right? Like we're not, breaking any news there. 50-25, twice as many wins as losses, 27-21 in conference play as a head coach. At a job that has been a successful place for the most part over the past, decade and a half or so. When you look at the coaches that have been at Memphis, now can Silverfield break kind of the streak of guys going on from Memphis and having a lot of success because the guys that came before him didn't they jumped to bigger jobs and quite frankly it hasn't worked out. Can he break that trend? I think he can. But look, Arkansas hasn't been in a really truly competitive position in the SEC for a while, other than one really good year under Sam Pittman. And so I think that honestly, like if we're being really honest about this whole conversation,
let's be honest.
I think a lot of it still comes back to Chad Morris. I think people still have that in their mind. I'm being dead serious. I think people still, when they think of Arkansas football, they think of those Chad Morris teams and how pathetic they were. Like truly pathetic. The worst football team that has ever existed in the SEC.
But that's been over 5 years ago now.
I understand that, but I think people still feel that, right? When they think of Arkansas, they think of Chad Morris. They think of how bad it went.
Do you really think that?
I think.
You think people think of Chad Morris?
I think the Chad Morris era, if you want to call it that, was so bad that the outside world still thinks of that when they think of Razorback football.
Did you know you can listen to a podcast version of the show? The Chuck and Bo Show on Demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park and can be found every weekday on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you listen to your podcasts.
That is absurd to me and anybody who has a brain. Like anybody with any active brain cells at all. like what are you?
I have brain cells, but they're not always active.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Matt Berry's been hosting a college football final on ESPN, one of our favorite shows, for a long time, and now he's going to be host of SEC Nation, and he's kind enough to join us here on the Chuck and Bo Show on a Thursday morning. Matt, are you basking in the glow that you no doubt received in Tampa when you were making the rounds there at SEC Media Days?
You know, it's funny because you bring up college football final, having done that the last 7 years, and I think that's the biggest, probably the biggest casualty in all this. That I just loved hosting that show. I called it the show of record in college football for everyone that was so busy during the day they could come home and watch it. But I couldn't be more excited to get to SEC Nation this fall, travel around the country. So a little bittersweet, leaving something that I loved, that I had such a passion for, but now hopping into a role that I have an equal amount of passion, just being amongst the people this fall.
Now, are the other cast, is the cast of characters going to be the same, other than obviously your situation? Is it Feinbaum still, and was it Tebow, Roman Harper? Is that the group?
Yeah, we've made one change. Jordan Rodgers is going to move to a different game crew and do some studio stuff. So we brought in Chase Daniel to replace Jordan. So we have, I'm new, Chase is new. I've known Tebow for 12-plus years. We've been doing SportsCenter forever together. Same with Feinbaum. We've been doing SportsCenter together 12, 13 years. And then Roman and I have done stuff the past few years. So we've made a couple of changes. We had our first show in Tampa that Sunday night out in front of the arena where the Tampa Bay Lightning play. And that was any indication about the excitement and the energy we're going to have. I'm looking forward to this season.
So Arkansas fans are always wondering when a live show is coming here. What is the lineup? How are you guys determining? And by the way, we're well aware of how Arkansas football has been the last couple of years, and really since 2012. We've talked about it plenty here. Where it's not lost on us that it's time to kind of turn the corner. But how do you decide where you're going every week?
It's funny. We had meetings after we did the show in Tampa Sunday night. We had SEC Nation meetings that following Monday and Tuesday, just kind of broke down the show and the philosophy and ideas. And then Tebow and I, during breaks, we'd sit there and we'd look at the weekly schedule. And we're like, ooh, that would be good. Oh, that would be good. Oh, what if Arkansas beats Utah in week 2? They've got Georgia on week 3, Noon Eastern, ABC. That would be a fun counter to Ole Miss LSU. So we look at it, and we can probably look at the first couple of weeks, maybe the first few weeks, and have an idea of what we're going to do. And then legitimately on Saturday night, Sunday morning, it's take a look at the storyline and what's developing and where we think it would fit best. There's a angle of it. If it's a noon ABC game or a 3:30 ABC game, do you go to that site because you're going to have a bigger crowd because the game's near? I know they want to keep us for half times this year inside the stadium. So, week by week, it just kind of goes to what's the best storyline and what's the best opportunity for the show to have a good crowd and good energy.
All right, let's talk about storylines going into the SEC season. Obviously, Georgia and Texas were the picks. Who else is out there, or what do you think perhaps is going to be one of the storylines early on?
So, look, the two prevailing storylines, at least coming into the season, part one, the 3-year run of the Big Ten, winning the national championship, and not only the 3-year run of winning the national championship, but an SEC team not being in the national championship game, which I think a lot of people on the outside try to figure out why that's happening. But I think it's a bit of a surprise to everyone who's covered the sport that the SEC, with some of the teams that they have not even been in the game the last 3 years. I think that's storyline number one. Storyline number two, and it was talked about ad nauseum at media days. I've had coaches on with me. I had Dan Lanning on with me yesterday. Sark was on. I've had all these guys on SportsCenter with me, and even in the Big Ten, and even the conversations, the 9-game schedule in the SEC, that half the league is going to pick up another loss. It's not going to be a situation where I know a lot of people are like, oh, here come the excuses, here come the SEC people bitching and moaning about another this, that, and the other. But at the end of the day, if you could schedule a softer non-conference opponent rather than, say, travel to Starkville against a pesky Mississippi State team at the end of the year, I think everyone would rather schedule a softer non-conference opponent than have to deal with that, or even go into Baton Rouge. Or I mean, at this point, these teams that used to be at the bottom of the league, I mean, Fayetteville, do you want to go there at the end of the season if Silverfield's got a little bit of momentum? I mean, so to me, those are the two big storylines going into the season with the SEC. And then the top-heavy teams with Texas and Georgia, they're loaded. Ole Miss brings Trinidad back, Kejuan Lacey back. I'm just telling you, LSU, if Lane gets the chemistry going with the transfer portal guys and Sam Levitt's healthy, you're not going to want to deal with them. And then the other team that I really believe, if you look at the date today, July 30th, it's unbelievable, it's July 30th.
Yeah.
But if you look at them today, and we're having a conversation maybe around Halloween, I'm telling you there's something about Oklahoma because they returned everybody on defense. Brett Venables will get in your face with that defense. They were a playoff team a year ago. If John Mateer can stay healthy, they got a good portal haul at receiver. If they can stay healthy with that defense, Oklahoma is going to give people fits this year.
Matt, what is your opinion of the conversation? And it kind of is unfair to even ask a guy who just took over SEC Nation about a Big Ten SEC dispute. But let me try to frame it in a way that we could just get some analysis or thought from you. On this league, it does seem like, you know, when you look at Ohio State, maybe Oregon, those two teams, you look at Texas, Georgia, those two teams, but then you look at the rest of the league, I don't feel like the SEC has been as strong at the top. And obviously, you just said it, they haven't even been in the national championship game the last 3 years. But this league is still ultra competitive pretty much on a weekly basis. And that doesn't mean Mississippi State or Arkansas is going to give Georgia all they want. But, I mean, it seems like the lower end of the league is still more competitive, and I know that's a weird conversation for people to have, but when you play a 9-game schedule, it does matter. What is your thought on just where we are with these two leagues from a competitive situation?
All right, so here's how I would answer it in a way that might be too simplistic, and maybe it's not, but look, in the new NIL transfer portal era, I'm putting that at around a 4, maybe 5 year really relevance in the sport, probably more towards 4. And what I keep telling people when I have these conversations, we would have it on College Football Final, we would just have it, Paul and I would do the Sunday morning show on YouTube, and the thing that I keep pointing out is Alabama and Georgia, who have been the top of this league for so long in the Nick Saban era, and obviously what Kirby was able to do with the national championships, what has happened, Alabama and Georgia have not played for a national championship in this new era. Think about that for a minute.
Wow.
Have not played for a national championship in this new world order in college football. Well, why is that? Because Alabama and Georgia, sprinkling some LSU from time to time, sprinkling some of these other schools, Alabama and Georgia had 5 stars starting and had 5 stars backing up the 5 stars, and then we're recruiting more 5 stars to back up the 5 stars that are backing up the 5 stars. All right. So they had depth, and they would just reload. That's all they would do. They would just reload with the guys that were on the roster. You can't do that anymore because those 5 stars are starting to spread out around the country. So what's happening is these dominant teams that used to run the SEC have to start sharing their talent with other teams around the league that's bringing up the bottom of the league that we haven't seen before. And then the teams like Vanderbilt hit on Diego Pavia and a bunch of dudes from New Mexico State that just ends up working for a couple of years. And so now the bottom teams that have a little bit of money are starting to poach from the top-heavy teams with the talent spread out in the SEC, so it's all become a little bit more competitive top to bottom. The Big Ten, the thing that people don't talk about enough in the Big Ten, they have the most billionaires of any conference in the league. The most billionaires of any conference in the league. And those billionaires, most of them went to Ohio State. A lot of them went to Michigan. We figured out how big Indiana's alumni base is, their championship run a year ago. We know Penn State's got the history. And so now you have these teams, L.A., USC, and Oregon, and Phil Knight. Like, these teams that have come in have billionaires funding their rosters. So they're not it's not all equal when you go from the top of the Big Ten to some of the teams that struggle, like Rutgers and Purdue and some of these other schools that can't get anything going because they don't have the financial support of the billionaires that are poaching players and getting the most loaded rosters. And so I think from top to bottom, the kids that want to stay in the South, that are playing at Alabama and Georgia historically, have started to go to other schools. And the guys up north in the Big Ten, the billionaires are taking those rosters and making sure they stay loaded, and that's making that conference a 5-6 team league, and then the middle to the bottom just aren't as strong as everybody else.
Yeah.
Matt, Indiana's become the team. You mentioned them there. They're the one everybody cites. You know, they say, yeah, you can turn it around fast.
Yeah.
Is there another Indiana out there? Is that something that is going to be unique in that we're not going to see anybody else be able to do that? What are your thoughts in that area?
Yeah, it's a good question because it's another one that I get asked a lot of, like, well, who's this year's Indiana? Who can do this? And people forget how rare that is. We're not talking about the example that I use is a Wisconsin or Michigan State, where this isn't like Wisconsin came and won the national championship. I mean, when Brett Bielema was there, they won 3 consecutive Big Ten championships, played in the Rose Bowl. Michigan State had some success under D'Antonio. I mean, they had a bit of a run. This was Indiana, the second losingest program in the history of the sport that came from nowhere under Curt Cignetti, brought in a bunch of ragtag dudes from JMU, found a way to make it work, and hit in the portal with Fernando Mendoza. And the whether that question gets answered is there a program that makes the right hire that has money to back up the hire? And it all comes down to money, and that's it. That's all it is nowadays. I mean, you can be a historically tradition-rich program, which back in the old days was all well and good, but if you don't have the money to compete now with some of the bigger schools, then it's likely not going to happen. And we didn't know, like, did anyone know that Mark Cuban cared about Indiana football until Mark Cuban cared about Indiana football? And so that's the big thing for me. If you hire right, here's an example. Let me give you this one. It's just kind of stuff that's going on right now. And even this school's got more of a tradition than Indiana did. Let's just say Bob Chesney hits at UCLA. Fired up dude. They've got a top 20 recruiting class. There's money at UCLA that they probably haven't kicked the tires on in 20 years. That would be an example of a school that when Chip Kelly was at, I mean, UCLA was left for dead. That would be an example of a school that hired right, that might find the benefactors that out of nowhere is like, wait, when did UCLA become a playoff team? That's the kind of storyline you have to look for, because now if you don't have people writing the checks, you just don't have a chance.
Matt, before we get you out of here, we've had this discussion about scheduling, and we even took the exercise with Bart, our producer, of putting the SEC into tiers, like the NFL makes their schedule. So if you're in Tier 1, you're playing this schedule. If you were in Tier 4, your schedule's, quote, a little bit easier based on how you were last year. Do we need some sort of scheduling balance? Do we need the things that are being voted on in Congress and all of this? Do we need more competitive games, or is college football just fine having the same 10 or 15 programs that literally have a legitimate shot every year, and they're the same programs every year?
It's fun. You know what's funny about that is you just said that how many teams? 12 to 15 programs?
Yeah, something like
Yet people are screaming for a 24-team playoff.
Right.
All right? They're screaming for a bigger playoff. Okay, fine. Get your playoff to 24 teams, and now what you're going to have is you're going to have a handful of 8 and 4 teams getting in. Okay? So do we want 8 and 4 teams playing for a national championship? And do the three of us who cover the sport for a living and are addicted to it, Could the three of us really sit here and sell the public that an 8-4 team can win the national championship? That answer is no. Well, why is that? Because in the NFL, there's a salary cap. What's the salary cap structured to do? The salary cap is structured so that every one of the 32 teams coming to camp have the same amount of chance to make a run at the Super Bowl. Now, then it comes to the front office to manage the cap with the right talent, with the right numbers, and draft well. Well, then that's not happening in college football. So all things aren't created equal like they are in the NFL. So if the people that are they're yelling and screaming about a bigger playoff, fine. Have your stance on that. I'm not here to change your mind. But if you want to do that, then you would better make sure there are other systems in place to where a 2014 playoff benefits all 24 teams and not the same 12 or 15. Because if you do that, we're going to end up with the same thing. I said this when we went from 4 to 12. I said, you guys, Indiana kind of threw the theory out the window, but I was like, okay, fine. Get your 12-team playoff. But I would guarantee you that in the 12-team playoff, the same 4 or 5 teams are consistently playing for the national championship.
Yeah. That's really well said. That's the guy that's going to be hosting SEC
Can't
Nation
wait. Can't
this
wait.
year. Looking
Matt,
forward
thank
to
you.
it. We'll miss you on college football final, but we look forward to having you back on the show. Always do great work, and thanks for making time for us.
Anytime, guys. Yeah, I will shed a tear that first Sunday morning when I'm at 6 a.m. watching my boys on final and not being on it. But I tell you what, I'm going to smile and laugh and have a hell of a time doing SEC Nation.
Good.
We look forward to watching you. Thanks, Matt. Appreciate you, man.
All right, guys. Take care.
He's good for the game. Does a great job covering college football. Matt Barry, ESPN, SEC Nation. We're brought to you in part by Teamwork Roofing and Construction. TeamworkBuilt.com is their website. You need a roof, you need financing, you need help with a remodel, they will take care of you. They'll come in on time and on budget. Log on to their website, teamworkbuilt.com. Powered by Teamwork. Good morning. You guys are part of my family. Everyone that listens to this show is just part of the Chuck and Bo family. We're building a community here.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Summer in Arkansas means long days outside.
Whether you're headed to the lake, playing 18, or firing up the grill with friends, summer in Arkansas keeps you moving.
And with all those summer activities, you're going to need a beer that keeps up.
And that's where Yingling Flight comes in. Just 95 calories, 2.6 grams of carbs, brewed for people who like to stay active and still enjoy a great tasting beer.
Make Yingling Flight part of your summer plan.
Yingling Flight, the next generation of light beer.
DG Yingling and Son, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Enjoy responsibly.
When it comes to a roof or remodel, you want somebody that's going to do what they say they're going to do. They're going to come in on time and on budget. And you might need it right now and can't afford it at this moment. Well, Teamwork has a plan for you. Now offering financing options like 0 down, 0% for 12 months, or low fixed payments over time and no payments for 60 days. Log on to their website, teamworkbuilt.com. Teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality and powered by Teamwork. You're right, Chuck. You're right. You're right.
You're not wrong, Chuck.
Because
that's
we don't
all I
want
wanted to hear. That's really all I wanted to hear.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I love a day or weekend at Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. The golf, the people, the hospitality, and the events they host always hit the mark, and members enjoy it all. State-of-the-art practice facilities, food, beverages, a big pool with a snack and beverage bar, tennis and pickleball courts, and they can even book you an exclusive fly fishing trip. There's no initiation fee, and for out-of-towners, a membership is only $185 a month. It's Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. It's home away from home.
Summer in Arkansas means long days outside.
Whether you're headed to the lake, playing 18, or firing up the grill with friends, summer in Arkansas keeps you moving.
And with all those summer activities, you're going to need a beer that keeps up.
And that's where Yingling Flight comes in. Just 95 calories, 2.6 grams of carbs, brewed for people who like to stay active and still enjoy a great tasting beer.
Make Yingling Flight part of your summer plan.
Yingling Flight, the next generation of light beer.
DG Yingling and Son, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Enjoy responsibly.
Ben Blakeman joining us to talk about something they've been doing for 35 years, helping Arkansans with their stories and jewelry.
You know, we want you to feel comfortable. We want you to feel confident. We want you to be educated. And we have a larger selection. We have more opportunities, more availability. Some people come in knowing exactly what they want. Some people come in having never been into a jewelry store before. We want both experiences to exceed all expectations.
Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks. Looking for the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits? Macadoodles or Guess Who in Bentonville has you covered.
Having what they came down here for in stock on the shelf is very important. You're going to find everything that you could possibly want. I've heard customers tell me, Bo, over the years that they may be sitting around, somebody brings up some weird name whiskey, and somebody will chime in and say, well, if anybody's got it, it's going to be Macadoodles.
Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista at the state line, and Guess Who in Bentonville.
Hey, thanks for tuning in this morning. Hang out with Bo and me every weekday morning from 6 to 9 live on YouTube or Twitter, or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple.
JD's in Fayetteville. JD, good morning.
Bo, are you an idiot or what?
Oh, absolutely.
I tell you, I just wanted to give you a soundbite, to be honest. I don't think you're an idiot. I love your show.
That's a good one.
That's a good drop.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Chuck and Bo Show on demand, powered by the Fayetteville Auto Park. You can catch Matt Berry's conversation there. That was good. Tell you what else is good. It's the selection at Fayetteville Auto Park. Whether it's a pickup truck, SUV, just a regular old car, they've got them at Fayetteville Auto Park. Just drive by and check out the selection. It starts with great brands, Honda, Acura, Chevy, Toyota, certified pre-owned automobiles. You're going to get a great deal, and you're going to get great service after the sale. They've been doing this for over 25 years, and it really is what happens after the sale that makes them special. Check out their selection. Log on to FayettevilleAutoPark.com.
Wherever you get podcasts, YouTube, catch anything you miss here on the Chuck and Bo Show. They really have, I think, the only drive-through lot. Like, you can just drive around, never get out of your vehicle, and shop, which is really cool.
That's kind of how I've done it over the years.
We've got a lot of thoughts. I thought Matt Berry made a lot of sense. Why are so many people making sense? People that have, a platform. Like, he's on SportsCenter all the time. I mean, Paul Feinbaum's on the SEC Network every day. College Game Day. Nick Saban has a huge platform, and he's already Nick Saban. How can all these people make so much sense and nothing ever gets done?
They're not the ones voting. They're not the ones putting the policies together.
I know, but it's like, it seems as though it's just one of these rare deals where there's so many people that have the best interest in college football that all have a similar opinion, but nothing really seems to get done about it.
Well, he was dead on about the 2014 playoff.
100%.
I mean, he was dead on there, but I still think it's probably going to happen. There's a lot of momentum.
I think here's the thing, and we can get into this. If they fixed college football, if they made it more equitable across the board, like salary cap in the NFL, just to use the easy term, that's better for Arkansas. I really believe that. That's better for all of college football. But certainly a place like Arkansas benefits from that. You'd love to see it happen. There's no better shopping experience than you're going to find at Macadoodles or at Guess Who in Bentonville. With an unbeatable selection, amazing prices, and service that's unbeatable, they've got everything you need. Roger and the team are always there to help.
I love it. I've been doing this for 53 years, and one of the things I love most about it is our customers. Part of what makes me love the retail business is just the interaction with my customers.
Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista, and Guess Who in Bentonville.
If fresh seafood is calling your name, Fish City Grill in Rogers has been answering for 20 years. Just check the chalkboard. Fresh fish comes in daily, and the specials are always worth a look. Crawfish season is rolling. The raw oysters are as good as you'll find anywhere in Arkansas, and happy hour runs Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. It's locally owned and worth every visit. Fish City Grill in Rogers, near the Pinnacle Hills Promenade.
Having good vision enhances every part of your life, and that is why I go to McDonald Eye Associates. They have great doctors and staff that meets all your vision needs. I recently picked up a pair of new sunglasses, and the attention to detail and customer service was on another level. We all have preferences on the look of our shades, but checking out the different lenses helped me land the best pair I've ever had. And Drs. Betts and Mengarelli have helped numerous athletes get their best vision. Go see our friends at McDonald Eye Associates and see the best.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Oh, I don't want Lane Kiffin at LSU. I want weird stuff going on.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
At First Security Bank, banking isn't one size fits all. It's personal because everyone's financial journey looks a little different. From managing day-to-day spending, to running a small business, to helping your kids learn more smart money habits, or taking that big step toward buying a home. At First Security, you get the services you expect, the technology you need, and the real support of local people who live here, know the community, and take the time to understand what you're trying to accomplish. Life moves fast, and having a bank that moves with you makes a difference. Whether you prefer stopping by a branch, banking on the app, or picking up the phone to talk with someone who actually knows your name, First Security is there. They offer smart tools like mobile banking, bill pay, and mobile check deposit, along with thoughtful solutions like flex banking for kids, checking built for small businesses, and local mortgage lenders who guide you through the home buying process. Choose the power of personal. Bank better at First Security. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. When it comes to a roof or remodel, you want somebody that's going to do what they say they're going to do. They're going to come in on time and on budget. And you might need it right now and can't afford it at this moment. Well, Teamwork has a plan for you, now offering financing options like 0 down, 0% for 12 months, or low fixed payments over time and no payments for 60 days. Log on to their website, teamworkbuilt.com. Teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality and powered by Teamwork. For over 25 years, Pro Land Title has been making title insurance easy for Arkansas families. Founded right here in Arkansas with over 45 offices statewide, their team of title insurance veterans will work alongside you, your realtor, and your loan officer every step of the way. They're independently owned, so the only priority is you. Their relationships with national underwriters allow them to say yes when others can't. Cheer for the pigs, close with the pros. Visit ProLandTitle.com and get a quote today.
Previously heard on the Chuck and Bo Show.
I do think that there is value in this because, look, I don't know how else to say it. As you build, if you're struggling, as you struggle, all of those things. Sometimes it's better to do it with kids from your own backyard than it is with kids that nobody knows anything about, because you root for kids from your own backyard. And that's one of the things, it's one of the reasons that I think it's important for all programs to sign in-state kids. And I know the portal is going to determine a lot of programs' fates. Maybe Arkansas is one of them. I don't know. But you got to have that core. I also think it grows the game. And it makes it fashionable. Now, you can say, well, it's football. I mean, what are you talking about? Football's already, you don't need to grow football anymore. I think you need to grow the idea that high school football players in Arkansas can go play for the Razorbacks. That's what a generation grew up believing. And I'm not saying it hasn't always been true. The truth is, it has always been that way. But I think the public perception perhaps has changed in that regard. And I think what he's doing there is good. Now, look, if you go out there and you're full of in-state kids and you're, nothing changes, maybe that's not the way to go. But I honestly think, Bart, what he's doing right now, I think long term, I think this benefits a lot of people. I just put it that way.
Hey, it's Bo. Thanks for tuning in. Hang out with Chuck and I every weekday morning from 6 to 9 a.m. live on YouTube or Twitter. Or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
Sorry to disappoint the media, but very rarely do I bring up the media in team meetings about motivation. It's hour 2 of practice. We're not thinking about what the media voted us, right? Hopefully we all practice pissed off, right? Hopefully we all want to be great.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You're just talking. You're just talking.
I'm ready to roll right now, Bo.
Cheats, steals.
He's a real talk show host.
Live from the Warfield Distillery Studios, Idaho's most awarded distillery.
Let it out.
Let it out.
Let it rip.
Let it go.
If you're a Hog fan, be a Hog fan.
Hey, Bo, you're wrong.
Come in at your own risk. Nobody's safe in here.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Madden.
Everybody stand up. Everybody stand up.
We're live at the Bahamas.
There we go.
In the Bahamas. That may just sound like a hog call, like your average hog call, but I don't know. That's 60 or 70 hog fans.
When you're in the Bahamas, you know, it's a little
Baja
different.
Mar Classic.
The Baja Mar. You know, years ago we played baseball in Hawaii. They had a luau. Everybody called the Hogs. And, like, around the beach, everybody just, like, stopped dead in their tracks and looked over. They're like, what are all those weird people doing over there? I'll bet that happened in the Bahamas last night,
Great spot
too.
for fans to be able to go to.
That's right.
Have a late summer vacation, watch the Hogs play.
I think it's great.
A loaded team. Cal talked about this before he left and what he's expecting in the Bahamas.
Whatever it is, it's a starting point. So I'm not like, we got to do that. No, we could be awful and say, okay, this is where we are. This team should be a great defensive team, should be a great shot blocking team, which we weren't. We were at times, but it was from all, not the guys that are in there that need to be blocking shots. So I think we have that. I think this should be a great lane touch, space the court kind of team. But you know what? It may change. There's stuff that we worked on that I won't use this year because I won't like it. Say, no, not for this team. Every team I coach is different.
We don't expect Mika Miranin to play, but we expect everybody else to play. He's still going through the eligibility process, all just normal procedure stuff that is normally not done in the summer. And if they weren't having a summer tour, it wouldn't even be brought up. You just don't need them to be eligible by October, which they fully expect to happen. This is just part of a normal procedure with players who have played professionally in Europe. And there's so many of them now in college basketball. So other than him, we expect to see almost everybody else on the roster.
I would imagine that everyone who goes will play, with the exception of Mika. I would think so. These are going to be glorified practices, but you're going to be playing somebody else. And it's going to be an opportunity to see how people react in that situation. I think Arkansas, Cal, everybody knows that Arkansas is going to be the best team over there, at least, among the teams they're playing. And but you're breaking the routine, if nothing else. And I think this is great for the brand, great for the program. Cal did this at Kentucky. I don't know that you're going to see Arkansas go to a lot of Hawaii trips and things like that, but I think you'll see more trips like this.
What to Watch is brought to you by Macadoodles, and that means you need to get Flow TV if you want to watch the Razorbacks or go somewhere like Walk-Ons where they'll be showing the games with the audio. 6 o'clock is the first game tomorrow night, and then they play, I believe, 5 o'clock on Saturday, a team from Canada.
Yeah.
Sunday off, then play both Monday and Tuesday. So they'll play 4 exhibition games while over there. If you're having a watch party for that or anything else, just maybe a get-together. Maybe you've got a big weekend gathering with the family. Macadoodles has all the supplies you need. The best assortment of beer, wine, and spirits with a new level of service that's unmatched. Customer service is their number one goal, to exceed your expectations. That means they have more selection. If it's hard to find, they probably have it. They work hard to have everything. And everything's always in the same spot. You can find it when you go in there. Every Wednesday's Wine Down Wednesday, 15% off every bottle of wine in the store, even if it's already on sale. And every purchase earns loyalty points, with more than 25,000 customers already enjoying the rewards of that. That means free stuff for you, or discounted stuff for you. Macadoodles, just north of the state line, just north of Bella Vista, and at Guess Who in Bentonville. We had Matt Berry on. at 7:30-ish. If you missed it and you want to hear it in the podcast, you can just go back and look at hour number 2 of the podcast later today, driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. But he made a point, and we've made this point, but in talking about how to figure out how we have a more competitive balance in college football, and if we're not going to have a competitive balance in college football, we don't need a 24-team playoff.
Yeah, he was talking. I think you've got the clip there, Bo.
Did you bring a clip with you to the morning show?
He was talking about how the NFL runs and why the NFL runs the way it does and why it works the way it does, and that's where he picked this.
Well, then that's not happening in college football. So all things aren't created equal like they are in the NFL. So if the people that are yelling and screaming about a bigger playoff, fine, have your stance on that. I'm not here to change your mind. But if you want to do that, then you would better make sure there are other systems in place to where a 24-team playoff benefits all 24 teams and not the same 12 or 15. Because if you do that, we're going to end up with the same thing. I said this when we went from 4 to 12. I said, you guys, Indiana kind of threw the theory out the window, but I was like, okay, fine. Get your 12-team playoff. But I would guarantee you that in the 12-team playoff, the same 4 or 5 teams are consistently playing for the national championship.
Let me add one thing to that point. That's the way it is in the SEC, too. Like even though we're not talking about a playoff in the SEC, it's the same teams every year that are competing for the SEC championship.
6 programs have won SEC titles since 1977.
And Texas hasn't won one yet, and you would expect them to win one at some point, and they're new, and Oklahoma's new to the league.
Right.
But since Arkansas came into the league, and even before that, there's 6 teams. Georgia, Florida, LSU, Auburn, Alabama, and who was the other team from the old East? Tennessee. 6 teams that have won the SEC championship ever.
You know, here's the thing that I wonder about. What is competitive balance really? And I'm going to use Major League Baseball as an example right now. I heard this yesterday. Out of 30 teams in Major League Baseball, 21 of them are within 2 games of the wild card in late July. That means 21 of the 30 teams have a chance to be in the playoffs. So you've achieved competitive balance. But I don't think Major League Baseball has ever been more boring. And when I look at it right now, you've got fewer teams perhaps than ever that have a chance really to win the World Series. The Dodgers have a chance, maybe the Brewers in the National League, Tampa Bay, Yankees out of the American League. I don't see anybody else on that side that you know is world championship material. Have they achieved competitive balance, or have they achieved general mediocrity? I don't know. But I do think in college sports, you have to have your dynasty programs. You have to have them. I do think it's good when you have a team like Indiana jump up, and it's even better when it's your team that does it. But you need your traditional powers. He talked about, and we've talked about, how the SEC's not even had a team play in the national championship game in 3 years. I don't know. I like the idea of competitive balance, but you've got to have a David versus Goliath aspect to sports to make it work.
I think you can always have that because you have the structure that you have. Texas is always and should be a power. Teams with 100,000-seat stadiums, great recruiting bases, and all those things go back to mattering if you have a salary cap and everybody can afford the salary cap. And by everybody, I don't mean everybody. But a large amount, more than 30 teams, can afford the salary cap. If you have more than 30 teams that can afford the salary cap, Georgia's still going to be Georgia. Texas is still going to be Texas. But some of the players that they would have, as Matt pointed out, that they would have built for depth get spread out to those other teams. They're still going to be the favorites, but the chasm's not as great. I can't speak to Major League Baseball because it's such a long season. I think college football, you have fewer games and more of those games matter. And feeling competitive in those few games creates an environment that is a short-lived window of 3 months that you can enjoy, and there are more interesting games to watch.
Can we all agree 24 teams too many? Do we all agree on that?
The way that we're set up now.
Yeah.
The way that we're set up now, yes, if they changed it,
See, I still
with
think
a
it's
salary
too many.
cap.
I think it's still too many.
It might still be too many, but it's a more to me.
It's a more palatable
equitable conversation.
Unless all the conferences come under one umbrella, you're not going to be able to enforce a salary cap. I don't know, if the SEC and the Big Ten have a different salary cap than the ACC or the Big 12, have we really accomplished anything? And how are you going to govern this thing? Who's going to govern all of college football? There's been no movement at any point toward one single governance of college football other than Bart. Nobody else has volunteered.
Let me respond to this text from our great friend Hogball30. People who constantly preach competitive balance are usually the same people who love participation trophies. Competition isn't supposed to guarantee equal outcomes. It's supposed to reward preparation, effort, and performance. That is actually the opposite of what you're saying about sports. You have competitive balance in sports by having rules. You have competitive balance in sports by having parameters that make your product entertaining. There's nothing entertaining about, unless it's one team, that fan base, blowing everybody out by 30. Your product is going to not be enjoyable. It's not going to be fun to consume. Don't get this mixed up with everybody gets a trophy. You still got to go do the work.
You got to hire a good GM. You got to hire a good coach.
Yes.
You got to make good personnel decisions. You got
to have great facilities. You got to be attractive.
You
people want to play there. Even in the NFL, you have teams that aren't achieving that because they're screwing it up. They're not getting trophies, but they have competitive balance in the NFL.
The New York Jets play by the same rules that the Kansas City Chiefs do. Play by the same rules that the Dallas Cowboys do. But they have terrible management. They have terrible management.
But you're talking about over 100 college football teams as opposed to like 30 in professional sports. And unless you have one governing body, you may achieve competitive balance in the SEC. You may achieve competitive balance in the Big 12 or the ACC. But you're not going to achieve competitive balance in college football because
you're right. I'm not thinking of those teams. Yeah. I'm thinking of these leagues because right now that's the only thing that matters in these conversations, at least from a standpoint of how we're having them. Like all these leagues you're playing 9-game schedules. There's only 3 games left to play anybody else. But even if you include all the Power 4 conferences, you're still talking about 60-plus teams. Can you make it equitable for all those teams, or are we talking about a mini NFL where you have 30 teams and then the other 30 teams go in a second tier?
Well, I think part of the problem, Bo, and you've talked about this in the past, is like college athletics, they're making up rules as they go, right? They're not stopping to develop a system. They're putting the cart before the horse on so many of these things. NIL is the perfect example of that. NIL is not actually what it was meant to be, right? Name, image, and likeness was supposed to give athletes the opportunity to get sponsorship deals, to do commercials, do stuff like that, own their name, image, and likeness. And it's instead become a way for schools to just pay players. Like that's what it is.
No, that's it.
And so like because of that, because of things like that, I'm using that as an example, it's hard for there to be a hard reset in college athletics and in college football.
Got to hit a break. We'll take a call when we come back. Nelson's hanging on, and we'll hear from him. And if you want to jump in here, it's 877-377-6963. Looking for a place to watch the games? We mentioned walk-ons. We'll have the games that Arkansas plays at the what is it?
Baha Mar
Classic.
Baha
Mar
yeah.
Classic. 60 televisions. They'll have some great food. Ask about Flight by Yuengling while you're there. It's on draft, 95 calories, but it tastes like a Yuengling. It's the next generation of light beer.
There we go. Here we go. Let's take some personal shots. You want to? I mean, come on. Let's take some personal shots, Adam.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Enjoy Oaklawn's 24/7 smoke-free casino featuring over 1,500 slots and live table games from blackjack to roulette, craps, baccarat, and much more. Voted best casino by 2026 Arkansas Times Readers Poll. And enjoy headliner entertainment at the Oaklawn Event Center. Log on to oaklawn.com and get all the details. And the Oaklawn Resort Pool is open all summer. Access granted to hotel and spa guests. Come join the fun at Oaklawn Hot Springs, Arkansas's only casino resort.
Experience football game days on the Hill this fall as head coach Ryan Silverfield leads the Hogs into 2026. Great home matchups line the 7-game slate in Fayetteville, including kickoff in Arkansas on September 5th, the SEC home opener versus the Georgia Bulldogs on September 19th, and a Thanksgiving weekend rivalry battle with the LSU Tigers. Season tickets start at just $300 and are available now at ArkansasRazorbacks.com.
In a world full of shortcuts, one whiskey refused. 100% local Idaho barley, aged in Idaho's mountain climate. For complexity you can taste, a spirit that answers to the land and no one else. This is not just whiskey. This is a declaration. Warfield American Single Malt Whiskey from Idaho's most awarded distillery. Set the standard. Available at select retailers nationwide. Drink responsibly. Must be 21 or older.
Are you a real estate agent looking for more than just a place to hang your license? Then it's time to discover the difference at Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. At Weichert, you'll find industry-leading training, powerful marketing tools, hands-on support, and a team that's invested in your success. Whether you're a brand new agent or a seasoned professional, Weichert gives you the resources you need to grow your business and reach your goals. Ready to learn more? Text CAREER to 479-306-6139. Your next chapter starts here.
Hey, I'm sorry if this makes too much sense. I am more than happy to hear where I'm off on this.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Looking for the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits? Macadoodles or Guess Who in Bentonville has you covered.
Having what they came down here for in stock on the shelf is very important. You're going to find everything that you could possibly want. I've heard customers tell me, Bo, over the years that they may be sitting around, somebody brings up some weird name whiskey, and somebody will chime in and say, well, if anybody's got it, it's going to be Macadoodles.
Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista at the state line, and Guess Who in Bentonville. Who says bigger is always better? Burton Pools and Spas is the area's exclusive dealer for plunge pools by Thursday Pools. In-ground fiberglass pools designed for today's lifestyles with easy maintenance and more time for fun. Cool off after work, relax with family, or host friends for game day. And right now, installed plunge pool packages start under $40,000. Stop by one of Burton Pools and Spas' 5 convenient locations or visit burtonpools.com. Burton Pools and Spas, water for a better life. When it comes to a roof or remodel, you want somebody that's going to do what they say they're going to do. They're going to come in on time and on budget. And you might need it right now and can't afford it at this moment. Well, Teamwork has a plan for you. Now offering financing options like 0 down, 0% for 12 months, or low fixed payments over time and no payments for 60 days. Log on to their website, teamworkbuilt.com. Teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality and powered by teamwork.
Summer in Arkansas means long days outside.
Whether you're headed to the lake, playing 18, or firing up the grill with friends, summer in Arkansas keeps you moving.
And with all those summer activities, you're going to need a beer that keeps up.
And that's where Yuengling Flight comes in. Just 95 calories, 2.6 grams of carbs, brewed for people who like to stay active and still enjoy a great tasting beer.
Make Yuengling Flight part of your summer plan.
Yuengling Flight, the next generation of light beer.
DG Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Enjoy responsibly. Hey, thanks for tuning in this morning. Hang out with Bo and me every weekday morning from 6 to 9 live on YouTube or Twitter, or catch up with the podcast version of the show available on Spotify and Apple.
I can't figure out if Chuck's playing a role here, or this is how he feels, or if he cares at all.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
8:21. Mark's over there digging into Iowa again. How'd you come up with that?
I just saw it on Twitter. Most consecutive games without a 300-yard passer among Power 4 conference teams. Number 1, Iowa. 78 straight games without having somebody throw for 300 yards.
And they just win 8 games a year.
And number two is UCF at 33. So, I mean, it's several seasons worth of games that Iowa has that top spot.
I'd like to hear from somebody in Iowa and just say, do you enjoy winning 8 games every year? Maybe 9.
They went 9-4 last
having a
year after the bowl game.
Yard passer. Are you guys tired of it?
Or would you rather have a 300-yard passer?
Their last 4 seasons,
28 fumbles.
They've gone 9-4, 8-5, 10-4, but 6-4 after vacating wins, 8-5.
Yeah.
Hell of a lot better than us.
Yeah.
But they can't throw for 300 yards.
But we've had 300-yard passers.
Well, I mean,
that's the point.
That is the point.
Right, but they're also like, again, and I hate coming back to this because I feel like everything comes back to this, but they're playing like the easiest damn schedule in the world year after year. Of course they're winning 8 games a year. They're playing Rutgers and Wisconsin and Minnesota
not
and
necessarily easy.
Michigan State. They have been recently.
I mean, that's part of it, but they always figure out a way. It was at Iowa. Let's take Nelson's call. Harrison, we go, and Nelson is there. Nelson, good morning.
Hey, guys, I want to say something right quick. Rest in peace to a Razorback legend. Man, that's tough. That's tough for anybody to have to deal with that type of stuff, and all my condolences to go out to his family and everything else. So,
Talking about Billy Ray Smith Jr.
Billy Ray, yeah.
We
that's
talked
a
about
tough
this
deal
at the
there.
6 o'clock hour, but not since. So thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah. And then I just want to say, guys, with this competitive stuff, college football is not ever going to get back to where it was, as far as like, okay, you get your players and I'll get my players and we'll get on the gridiron and we'll take care of it, because it's too politicized. There's too much money, and you can tell whenever a team with an iconic jersey, like they don't even put the name on the back of Notre Dame's jersey, and they go put a jersey patch on. It's like, come on now. You're so prestigious. You're so concerned about your image and how great you are, but you're going to take money and put a patch on there, but you can't put a kid's name on the back? It's like, I just don't understand it. And but it's just this is as crazy to me as the Arkansas fan base. Arkansas fan base. Oh, well, we got a new stadium deal. And then they go and they say, well, guess what? We got the lights up in a week. We can't get the name of the stadium on there till next season. They said that the name of the stadium wasn't going to be changed until all of the obligations with Donald W. Reynolds is out. So learn what you're talking about, people, please. And then you go back to the Notre Dame thing. People are like, oh, that's dumb to put patches on your jersey. But now Notre Dame and Ohio State's doing it, so, oh, it's pretty cool. Man, get it together, people. The Hogs are our team. We got one Razorback, and there's no more Razorbacks around. So let's do what we got to do as a part of, being a fan. And I want to go back to something that Chuck said earlier. I want to go back to something you said earlier, Chuck.
Right.
Whenever I was 13 years old, 14 years old, I would have to go outside and turn the antenna to get a ball game, to different places so I could pick up the Razorback. And there wasn't no way we were getting on the pig trail it took for me to get from, the place that I lived, that I was getting to Fayetteville. These people, this stadium and stuff was built on people that really climbed over hot coals to get to Fayetteville to make this team and this program what it is. And all people want to talk about now is, now that it's so easy to get on social media, all they want to talk about is how bad our athletic director is, how bad our program is. let me tell you something, folks. Our program just didn't have the coverage that it has right now back in the day, and people would crawl to Fayetteville to see games and see players, and they would listen to Rick Schaefer and Mike Nell, and, you know, they didn't just get to form an opinion and blast it out on social media, uninformed, uneducated. So, man, football's not going to ever get back to what it was. Sports, I don't really feel like it's ever going to get back to what it was back in the day. But if you're, I say this every time, if you're a real Hog fan to me, you're going to go and you're going to look at what they're doing to change things. Now, I'll be sitting there complaining about, oh, this, we ain't got this, we ain't got that. That ain't the way the Razorbacks were born. That ain't the way the Razorbacks were built. And that ain't what this program was built on. This was built on people that love this program, love that Razorback, and they ain't sitting there complaining about every little thing. Thank you, guys. Go home.
I think Nelson's upset at people that are running amok on social media.
Well, we were talking in the 6 o'clock hour about the passing of Billy Ray Smith Jr., and that led into, as it often does, morphed into a discussion about, you know, back in the day in college football. And anytime you have well, this is how it was when I was growing up, conversations, you're going to have people saying it's not as good as it used to be.
Yeah.
That's just how it is.
I hear what he's saying. Lost in all theirs, he's saying, like, they're trying, you know. They're telling you how they're trying. They're doing all kinds of stuff, and people just do want to gripe about things.
See,
but that's the nature of social media.
Here's what I heard.
Unfortunately.
When Matt Berry was on a while ago, I didn't pay much attention to all this playoff team talk. What I heard him talk about were all the billionaires in the Big Ten. How the billionaires, there are more billionaires out of Big Ten schools than any other conference. And then he started talking about UCLA and USC and how those programs are the markets that they're in. If they hire the right guy, he talked about how you have to have both. You have to hire the right guy and you have to have money. And the idea that if you hire the right guy, the money will follow, sometimes that's true, sometimes it's not. And in a market like L.A. or in some of these Big Ten markets, you have a better chance of mining that gold, so to speak, as opposed to in the Deep South, where there's just not as much income.
I will say that.
So I did hear him say that, and it did concern me.
But that is your best chance. Hiring the right guy to get the right money.
Well,
like if you don't hire as good of a coach as Musselman was, he didn't have the support that John Calipari has.
No.
But that money came when Calipari came. If Silverfield can get enough ears and talk to enough people and show enough results, that's your best chance.
Because you have to win games first.
That's a big part of it. They haven't played a game yet.
And that's the hard part. That's the hardest part of it. You have to win games. And, you know, which comes first? It seems like the money.
Whether it was fair or not fair, it was hard for them to get that going when Pittman was the coach and not enough people believed that that was going to take them to the next level. Whether that was right or wrong, that was a belief, and it kept them from being able to make a move. Now they're trying. We'll see what happens. But winning games always helps, no question about that. They're trying to get it done, as Nelson pointed out. WT Equipment can help you get it done on your farm, your land, or any light construction work you've got to get done. Whether you're running a farm, managing a job site, taking care of your land, WT Equipment has the tools to help you get it done, like the Bobcat, trusted brands like New Holland, Hustler Steel, Bobcat's legendary, expert staff there to help you every day. Log on to their website, WTEquip.com, or just go see them. Getting the job done with WT Equipment, 831. Good morning.
Just get it together, people. You obviously are completely incompetent. I'm so sick of the morons, man.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Are you or loved ones struggling with addiction? There is hope. John 3:16 Ministries is a free, faith-based 501c3 program that has helped more than 3,000 people transform their lives over the past 23 years. This long-term inpatient program includes lodging, counseling, medical care, and job training, all at no cost to you. In a period of 6 months to a year, you could graduate with a trade, a purpose, and a fresh start. A spiritual boot camp for men and a safe refuge for women. Log into john316thecure.com.
Hey, at Chevrolet of Fayetteville, you can save up to $12,000 off MSRP on Silverados. It's the freedom to save right now at Chevy of Fayetteville. Save up to $12,000 on new 2026 Silverados, plus make no payments for 90 days during the Freedom to Save event at Chevrolet of Fayetteville, inside the Fayetteville Auto Park. Together, let's drive. ChevroletofFayetteville.com.
Kids, there's never a good deal good enough with a bad person. Still a bad deal.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Getting the job done means tough and reliable equipment, and that's what WT Equipment is known for. A locally family-owned dealership with 4 locations across Arkansas, and always ready to help you get the job done. WT Equipment carries the brands you trust, like the legendary Bobcat and more, and they're offering aggressive pricing on skid steers and mini excavators. Whether you need equipment, implements, or powerful Bobcats, the friendly team at WT Equipment is ready to help. Visit WTEquip.com.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Experience football game days on the Hill this fall as head coach Ryan Silverfield leads the Hogs into 2026. Great home matchups line the 7-game slate in Fayetteville, including kickoff in Arkansas on September 5th, the SEC home opener versus the Georgia Bulldogs on September 19th, and a Thanksgiving weekend rivalry battle with the LSU Tigers. Season tickets start at just $300 and are available now at ArkansasRazorbacks.com.
When it comes to a roof or remodel, you want somebody that's going to do what they say they're going to do. They're going to come in on time and on budget. And you might need it right now and can't afford it at this moment. Well, Teamwork has a plan for you. Now offering financing options like 0 down, 0% for 12 months, or low fixed payments over time and no payments for 60 days. Log on to their website, teamworkbuilt.com. Teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality and powered by Teamwork.
Obviously, Ryan Silverfield's had a lot of success, right? Like we're not, breaking any news there. 50-25, twice as many wins as losses, 27-21 in conference play as a head coach. At a job that has been a successful place for the most part over the past, decade and a half or so. When you look at the coaches that have been at Memphis. Now can Silverfield break kind of the streak of guys going on from Memphis and having a lot of success because the guys that came before him didn't they jumped to bigger jobs and quite frankly it hasn't worked out. Can he break that trend? I think he can. But look, Arkansas hasn't been in a really truly competitive position in the SEC for a while, other than one really good year under Sam Pittman. And so I think that honestly, like if we're being really honest about this whole conversation,
let's be honest.
I think a lot of it still comes back to Chad Morris. I think people still have that in their mind. I'm being dead serious. I think people still, when they think of Arkansas football, they think of those Chad Morris teams and how pathetic they were Like truly pathetic. The worst football team that has ever existed in the SEC.
But that's been over 5 years ago now.
I understand that, but I think people still feel that, right? When they think of Arkansas, they think of Chad Morris. They think of how bad it went.
Do you really think that?
I think.
You think people think of Chad Morris?
I think the outside. I think the Chad Morris era, if you want to call it that, was so bad that the outside world still thinks of that when they think of Razorback football.
Did you know you can listen to a podcast version of the show? The Chuck and Bo Show on Demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park and can be found every weekday on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you listen to your podcasts.
That's why I came here, because you could do special things. Coach Sutton did it. Coach Richardson did it. Now let's see if we can do it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Cal tweeted that he's expected, from what he's heard, over 400 Razorback fans in the Bahamas.
I think that's great.
Yeah, absolutely, man. We know how to do it. We'll go. We'll go to a big time.
I'll bet if they continue to do things like this, the crowds over time will grow.
Of course. And they'll be at Madison Square Garden on November 17th.
Mm-hmm.
That's a Tuesday.
I know.
It's a night. It's going to be a night game.
Yeah.
It's got to be. We know what time yet?
Nope.
Can't be during the day on a Tuesday.
No, it'll be a night game.
I guess we need to follow you to New York.
Yeah, you guys let's just load up
do
and
the
go.
show and
load up and go.
Tuesday morning there.
I would imagine. I would imagine probably leave Sunday if I'm guessing. I'm just guessing. I mean, I don't know that.
Big 2 days of New York.
No, there's some. There's some good trips. I mean, New York. You're going to Phoenix, Detroit, and Tar Heels over in North Carolina.
Big time now.
Dean Dome. Looks like Washington D.C. as well against Virginia.
Yeah,
that's been reported.
Yeah. That's developing. That's a developing story. Chevy of Fayetteville Situation Room. Developing
I think that's
story.
going to happen.
Yeah, there have been a couple of people reporting that Arkansas and Virginia in the nation's capital.
In the nation's capital.
Yeah.
Capital. When is that?
It's another one of those December.
It's going to be early. I think it'll be before December.
Let me try to.
So will that be 5 major power 4 non-conference games, neutral sites?
I guess that's right. You think back last year, they played Michigan State on the Saturday night of opening weekend. That Virginia game may be something similar.
Yeah, it looks like it'll be early November.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. Plunge Pool Thursday. Get the weekend started early with a plunge pool from Burton Pools and Spas. Well, we covered a lot of ground today, especially when it comes to college football. Where do we find the Razorbacks?
For a dead summer. I mean, there's a lot going on right now.
Well, the Bahamas really adds to that.
It really does. I think it's great that they're over there and playing games. We got Razorback games in late July and early August, and I think that's fun for people.
Highs around 90 today. Going to feel like Bart quit putting mid-100s, and he's putting 105 now. Rain chances continue today. So it's going to be...
It's already raining in parts of the listening area.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
What do you have over there? You got anything you've been sitting on you want to get to? Well, we give you an opportunity here. I know you've been writing a lot of stuff down, and you've been kind of meandering around.
I just make notes as the show goes on.
Yeah.
You know, things that we might want to come back to at some point. We've already covered some of it. We talked about the 2014 playoff. One thing I do want to add, I thought Matt Berry was spot on about if you're gonna go to 24 teams, you better put the whole system in place to make it make sense to have 24 teams. Otherwise, it's going to be a load of crap because most of the teams aren't going to have any sort of chance to win. The point he made, is a large part of why I think Tony Petitti is just so full of crap. Like, he's just so disingenuous on this thing. He's not interested in more teams having a chance to win a title. He's just interested in trying to make some more money. That's all it is. It's a money grab.
Well, that's all the expansion of any playoff. So
sure,
is a cash grab. I mean, even in the pros.
That's right. That's right. But it does reach a point where it's like, man, like if like the NFL playoffs, like they expanded recently, they added one more team, right? if they expanded any further, like it would just get watered down, and you'd start having bad games, right? That's what you're going to get. The college football playoff already has a ton of bad games at 12 teams. Like, they're just bad games because there aren't 12 programs that have a chance to win the national title. You take that to 24, it's like, sheesh. Now, am I saying people aren't going to watch? No, not immediately, but over time, man, you lose interest when things aren't interesting. That's a large part of what's happened to Major League Baseball. People have lost interest. I've lost interest. I used to be as big a baseball fan as anybody, but the ownership of my team clearly does not care about winning. Clearly is not interested in spending money. And meanwhile, you have the Dodgers just spending more money than everybody else. I'm not interested in Major League Baseball. I couldn't care less. That's the type of thing that happens over time.
God, man, I hear you.
I think 24 teams is too many, but I don't think that there's going to be interest wane in college football. I think it's still going to be, particularly in our part of the world, I think it's going to continue to be the dominant
It's not
sport.
broken in terms of viewership.
No. Now, they're going to be – the one thing college football – the one thing we do, we argue about a lot of things in college football, whether it's teams in the playoffs or NIL or eligibility and all this stuff, but we don't quit watching. There's not one single thing that's made us turn away from the sport. There may be things that, like, boy, they really screwed this up and, this is going to hell in a handbasket. I mean, we may say things like that, but we're still watching. We're still watching. And I think even the early round playoff games that aren't good, they'll have significant viewership. You have games in the professional playoffs that aren't good. Lord, 2/3 of the league in the NBA makes the playoffs. And some of those games in the early rounds are bad games. And it's all done because of money. I am about to accept the idea that 24 teams is coming for a playoff. I don't like it, but I'm close to accepting it. And I just think we're going to have to live with it.
Yeah, is it going to hurt anything? You know what I mean? Like what?
I don't think it's going to deal a death knell. I don't think it's really going to help anything the way a lot of people think. But I don't think it's going to be a death knell.
I just wonder what and we've asked this question to people we've had on the show. Where are we in 5 years? Where are we in 2 years? Is it more of? Is it very similar to where we are now? Are there massive changes? This whole thing going on in Congress with this bill and the Protect College Sports Act, it looks like that's just going to fizzle out. They're going to come back from their month-long break and it's going to be dead. And then where are we again on this whole conversation? It's like we just to kind of put a bow on this. We have this ongoing conversation, and it seems like more often than not that's all that it is, and we just keep kicking the can down the road because a lot of us don't make a change until we have to, in life in general. And they don't have to make a change, and people can just continue to sort of hold things together for a period of time. And that's just sort of that's the feeling I get about where we're going with all this. And I'll be glad, and I know you will be too, when we just go ahead and get to the season and we can start talking about that. And instead of all that, some of it's
we're going to continue.
I'm tired of it.
It's still going to be discussed because as the season progresses, we're going to be talking about all the different scenarios by which teams could get in, or if there was this format now, these teams would be in, and we'll still talk about it.
Well, that's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
We're just going to keep talking. How's the move? You good? You all into the house?
Yeah, I'm all right. Wyckett Realtors, the Griffin Company, took care of everything. Is that where you're?
Yeah.
Is that where we're going here?
Yeah.
No, they did, and I'm moved in. I'm in the house. I won't say I'm completely moved in. They do. They take care of all the little things at Wyckett Realtors, the Griffin Company, and that really, when you get down to a move and all those things, sometimes it's those little things that make it either good or bad. And my experience with them has just been great, and it's a lifetime partnership now. They do, whether you're a buyer or a seller. Wyckett Realtors, the Griffin Company, is who you want representing you. They've been doing it since 1978. Washington and Benton counties, Fort Smith, Branson, and you can log on to WyckettGriffin.com.
Derek, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
How about them hogs, gentlemen?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
When it comes to a roof or remodel, you want somebody that's going to do what they say they're going to do. They're going to come in on time and on budget. And you might need it right now and can't afford it at this moment. Well, Teamwork has a plan for you. Now offering financing options like 0 down, 0% for 12 months, or low fixed payments over time and no payments for 60 days. Log on to their website, teamworkbuilt.com. Teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality and powered by Teamwork.
Man, I love spending time at Big Creek Country Club and Mountain Home. The golf, the people, the hospitality, and the events they host always hit the mark. Members enjoy it all. They've got state-of-the-art practice facilities, dining, events, a big pool with a snack and beverage bar, as well as tennis and pickleball courts. There's no initiation fee, and for out-of-towners, a membership is only $185 a month. Big Creek Country Club and Mountain Home. Your home away from home.
Great people, great prices, and plenty to pick from. You get it all at Fayetteville Auto Park. Acuras, Chevys, Hondas, Toyotas, even a collision center, all at one location. Shop new, used, and certified pre-owned. Plus, Fayetteville Auto Park has hundreds of new and pre-owned automobiles with big discounts starting at under $30,000. Shop our complete selection online at FayettevilleAutopark.com. That's FayettevilleAutopark.com.
Hey, it's Bo, and I had no idea how little I knew about insurance until my man James Boyette of State Farm started telling me. For over a decade, he's been delivering real value, not just the lowest price. That means helping customers find the right coverage for their life with personalized plans that evolve as life changes. Serving all of Arkansas and Missouri. If you're looking for a true insurance partner, auto, home, life, whatever you need, go to JamesBoyett.com. Getting the job done means tough and reliable equipment, and that's what WT Equipment is known for. A locally family-owned dealership with 4 locations across Arkansas, and always ready to help you get the job done. WT Equipment carries the brands you trust, like the legendary Bobcat and more, and they're offering aggressive pricing on skid steers and mini excavators. Whether you need equipment, implements, or powerful Bobcats, the friendly team at WT Equipment is ready to help. Visit WTEquip.com. Ben Blakeman joining us to talk about something they've been doing for 35 years, helping Arkansans with their stories and jewelry.
You know, we want you to feel comfortable. We want you to feel confident. We want you to be educated. And we have a larger selection. We have more opportunities, more availability. Some people come in knowing exactly what they want. Some people come in having never been into a jewelry store before. We want both experiences to exceed all expectations.
Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks.
I'll tell you what I read, and you guys know I read things normal people don't read. I go to the depths for this show.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
For over 20
and
years,
I had no idea how joining us to talk about something I love a day or weekend.
Hey, thanks for tuning in this morning. Hang out with Bo and me.
Goodbye. They're leaving. They're leaving. They're mass exodus.
They're heading for the exits. Can you believe it?
Goodbye.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Last day that we don't have a basketball game. Last day of no basketball.
I know.
The weekend.
Yeah.
Except, well, I mean,
Sunday's an off
But
day.
I mean, we got a game tomorrow.
That's right.
Did you guys see this about this Tennessee football player?
Yeah.
He's been suspended for 2 games because he accepted a $427 flight from an agent after he declared for the NFL draft. And then I guess came back or something?
That's what happened.
Okay. But he
declared for the draft, went to train for the draft, and then came back to Tennessee.
And he took a plane. His agent paid for the plane ticket.
Yeah, $427. This is another example of just outright stupidity. What are we doing? We've got guys making millions of dollars to play in non-legitimate NIL deals in college athletics, and we're gonna suspend somebody for 2 games because they took a $427 flight from an agent. How about this? How about just give the money back? Like, how about
Well,
just,
isn't that the way it used to work?
How about if there's a problem, why don't you just why can't you just pay it back? I mean, there's no form of cheating or an advantage gained or competitive edge.
That's right.
I mean,
That's exactly right. This was not cheating. This was not trying to game the system. You know, it doesn't make any sense.
Wait,
to me.
me either. Bart, can you make sense of that one?
No, I cannot.
Okay, we're just checking around.
It's very nonsensical. There are bigger fish to fry.
Did you see where your boy Nate Oates got married?
Oh yeah, yeah. Did you see
that, Bart?
No comment.
No, nothing at all.
Yeah,
nothing at all.
Well, I mean, look, he
got married.
Got married to a former staffer.
I don't know. Is she still a staffer, or maybe she moved?
I think
she's
moved
the wife
out of that
now.
role.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think,
She's moved into the wife role now. I actually think she left and went to work for the Mavericks, and then now obviously is back.
yeah.
I think that's right.
Yeah.
I think that's right.
Yeah, there was some scandalous stuff going on there.
Whispers.
Yeah.
What is it you don't like about Nate Oates?
He is a very disingenuous human.
You use that
You've
word
worked that.
frequently.
Yeah, that's today's word.
That's twice.
Today's
Twice
word
today.
is disingenuous.
But you use it.
Nate Oates is a very disingenuous human.
You
that
think?
that would I mean, based on the way he speaks, the things he says, the way he acts, the things he does, yeah, like just not for me. Not for
Okay.
me.
All right. We knew that, but I just wondered what it was.
He
good
just,
coach.
He's. I'll put it another way. I'll use a different word or turn of phrase. It just comes off like a slime ball. Just comes off like a slime ball.
You got a list. You got a top 25 list of slime balls in sports.
I'm sure I could. Come
Is
up
he
with
on the
one.
list?
Who's
Would he be on the list?
Yes.
Okay.
And he'd be near the top of the list.
Where's Alabama picked this year in basketball?
Middle of the pack.
Are they?
Or top middle, like first half, but
Okay.
but toward like the
6 or 7 somewhere in there.
range.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I didn't know. I hadn't seen that yet.
Yeah.
So it's Florida, Tennessee's picked highly, Texas picked highly, we're picked highly,
Yeah.
and then after that, maybe Alabama. Maybe.
Well, Kentucky,
Kentucky's in
Vanderbilt
there. Okay. All right.
ahead of
It's
Alabama.
going to be a competitive league now.
It really is.
It's going to be a competitive league.
We didn't really get into this today, but I saw a story from On3 Sports of college football programs' valuations, which is, I don't know how accurate of an exercise this is, but if private equity, which it has already gotten into college athletics, if they were running around placing valuations on teams or buying athletic programs, On3 has some experts saying that Texas is the most valuable program in college athletics at $2.46 billion. What do you think Arkansas comes in at?
Well, I know because I have the list right here.
It was in the notes.
Would you like me to tell you?
Yeah, no, I know what it is.
Okay.
I can't.
23rd.
Can you read that, Chuck?
23rd.
I'll need glasses.
23rd.
Oh,
Well,
God,
no, I mean the number.
Oh, yeah.
So Texas is at-
690 million.
Yeah, $690 million.
Magnifying glass.
What I thought was interesting about it is the comparative teams that we had with Arkansas yesterday, who they should be better than or as good as, like Missouri, Mississippi State, South Carolina, Kentucky, Vanderbilt in this league, are all valued. Their valuation
We need to
is
talk about this
a lot
tomorrow.
less than Arkansas.
Yeah.
Well,
I still think
because-
Arkansas is a valuable program. Like it is if you're a coach looking for a job, I think this job can be better than Missouri, Mississippi State, South Carolina, Kentucky, Vanderbilt. In other words, they're not just relegated to the last place in the conference because of resources.
Yeah, they're valued higher than Clemson.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. All right, have a good Thursday. We'll try again on Friday. Have a good
vision enhances every part of your life, and that is why I go to McDonald Eye Associates. They have great doctors.